paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers, scum. They're on giant death factories keeping babies alive. You're selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy weird sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot and the goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions upon it, people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
I was watching Fox News.
I'm sweating like a country pig. I'm gunning beers and taking swigs of ice cold Jack. We're at the track, it's racing day, we're getting smacked. I never really understood this NASCAR shit. I thought, how could I be impressed when cars go left? But then I went and baby, it's the best. The ladies here are fine as spring. They'll hop to a ride on that thing. There's beer and whiskey everywhere. There's smoke and rubber in the air. I'm gunning beers, I'm shooting Jack. We're here all day, 500 laps. And when they start them engines up, man, my heart, it starts to pump. Cause Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. The beer and rubber, perfect mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit. It's hot and loud, we're in the crowd. We're watching cars go round and round. We're in the South, the USA. We fly that flag each goddamn day. And when it's time to watch a race, we crack a beer right on our face. We watch them cars go fast and left. This NASCAR shit's the fucking best. Cause Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. I'm drunk as shit, I love this mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit. Oh, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. A dirty summer country mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit.
Persons under 18 will not be admitted.
In a world where a checkered flag is just the start, meet Ryan Wheeler, the would-be champ who seems to have run his last lap. But when a mysterious figure offers Ryan a dark bargain, promising the throne of speed, he strikes a deal with the devil that will make him ride and die. From ball-busting YouTube sensation and Arca Menard's NASCAR breakout racer Cody Dennison comes his first kick-ass comic creation. This won't be your average ride. It's a tale drenched in bone-chilling horror, soaked in violence, and wrapped around the curves of both the track and the sexiest women that'll make you forget the road ahead. Experience the race of a lifetime, or the damnation of your very soul. Will Ryan outrun his demons, or will he burn in the fiery pits of hell? Don't miss out. Get Cody across the finish line. Back Ride and Die on Indiegogo.
I have read a lot of books, and I think I'm a smart man here. However, there is one book I'm really excited about. It's one coming out soon, and it will blow you all away. The book is called Ride and Die. It's about some race car driver and some big titty demons. My good friend Cody Ake Camelot 331 wrote it, and it is amazing. You should all go back it on Indiegogo, just like I have.
Hey, you. You're finally woke.
Are you guys aware that we almost see no titties in movies anymore? And we only see dicks? Has anybody noticed this? Yes, I love titties! Big old titties!
Oh my gosh. How you guys doing? It's been a couple of days, hasn't it? It's just been a couple of days. And life has gotten very strange in the last couple of days. And I'm here to tell you it's about to get even crazier in the next day or so. From the people I've talked to in the last 12 hours, some people I never thought I would ever talk to because I'm a little baby guy and they're big people as far as content creation goes. So I don't know what's going to happen in the next day or so. But that being said, we have to start off today with some love. And we also have to understand that there's a lot that goes into this. So before we get into this shit, big shout out to everybody that chooses to support people, even people that disagree with you. This is the biggest thing to take away from today. Me and Helena agree on nothing. And she's been a mod for me for 5 years. And she'll argue with me all day and we'll have a good time doing it. Right? Same thing with Sean. I had Sean at my house all week. We went and saw Coheed. It was fantastic. So we got to respect that and understand that that's a very rare commodity online. And we need to cherish that shit. Because I was reminded the last couple of days that shit's not the majority of online spaces. Okay. But at any rate, let's hit these super chats and we're going to jump right into it. Long story short, and I'm sure you already know this, I was supposed to be a celebrity guest at the Game and Geek EXPO in Raleigh, North Carolina. Okay. Well, guess what? Out of nowhere, and I shouldn't say out of nowhere because I felt it coming for a while, I got an email from the president of the Raleigh Retro Gamers that I was no longer allowed to come, even after I spent $700 in merch print with their logo on it, by the way, LOL, right? I was no longer allowed to come because some random no-faced people in the background that may or may not exist aren't comfortable with my presence at this all-inclusive expo. So we're going to get into this, and it's very, very disturbing shit. And I'm going to tell you actually what happened versus the perceived notion. And I want to say before we get into it, the stuff that is going to go against the narrative of whatever email or phone call you may hear, which some of it's accidentally confirmed, but hey, it's all good. It's alleged, obviously. But I'm going to tell you what's alleged, and then we're going to get into the facts because I had a phone call that we're going to play live to you that's 30 minutes long on this show today. Big shout out to Retro Wolf. He's in my chat right now. I made him a mod. He was supposed to be a guest at this convention, a special guest, because he's a content creator. He made a statement that he's pulling out to stand in solidarity against cancel culture. Also, Mr. Saturn Stevio on Instagram did the same exact thing. And also, Mr. Pac-Man Case did the exact same thing, Andy. All right. And we also have another YouTuber that has millions of subs that's supposed to be going, and they have also dropped out. They just haven't made the statement yet. I talked to them about an hour ago. So a lot of people are backing out, as they should, because if you have any controversy in the past, there's no telling what's going to happen. Keep in mind, this expo is 2 weeks out. And I got to give a big shout out to the Southeast Game Exchange. I saw him in chat. My boy Austin, the Southeast Game Exchange, they know how to run a convention. Austin knows how to run a convention. Austin knows how to make good choices. Austin knows how to stand by those choices. And that's why I love Sieg. I've always talked good about Sieg. And I love when I see my brothers going to Sieg, like Smash and Jake Randall. Great ass people, great ass con, and they know how to handle their shit. So shout out to Austin. All right, let's go. So anyways, let's hit these super chats real quick because there's a lot of them. We already hit Naked Snake, which thank you, because I had to take 3 days off or 4 days off to prepare for this con, get everything printed, and also do a race in Charlotte, which went really bad. And I pretty much lost like $2 or $3 grand. So every single damn cent is so appreciated. I love you, and I appreciate you guys. Slag Lust says, who wants to bet some of the cosplayer guests have controversial posts about Trump getting 86? We'll be ashamed to find those. Well, Slag Lust, there is one celebrity guest going that said very insane stuff from the left perspective on wishing other people pain and suffering on the right. But those political views are completely allowed in those environments. Unfortunately, that's just how this works. Should they be canceled? Absolutely not. But neither should the people that are perceived to be on the right. I'm not even really a conservative. I lean a little right, I think. But I'm very nuanced in all my positions. But unfortunately, being nuanced means you're basically a Nazi. So that's how it works. Alex Malaki, what's up, dude? Top 10. What's up, dude? Okay, it's Billy Hatcher. This week's been a hell of a week for Twitch. Getting the ADL, does a pointless ban on Hassan, gets you banned from Game Geeks Expo. I'm glad I waited to buy tickets because I knew something like this would happen. Well, I'm glad you didn't, man. I'm glad you didn't. If you did buy tickets to the Game and Geek Expo, reach out to them on Instagram because he told me that they would refund everybody. Thank you, Billy Hatcher. I appreciate you for your $200 super chat. That's a big ass one. That's a big ass one. We are $390 from Naked Snake, or from Fight Milk, by the way. Thank you, Billy. I love you, Billy. Thank you so much. Billy Hatcher, everybody. We got another one from Marion Halsman, $200. I second that, Billy Hatcher. Stand tall, Cody. Never think we're not here, because we are, and we stand with you. Thank you so much, Marion Halsman. I love you. I appreciate you. Get the hell on it. Diggity dog on it. Thank you so much, Marion. We already hit Naked Snake, and it's because of you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you like the stream, by the way. Thank you, Marion. We love you, baby. Marion has been so supportive of me over the last couple of years, and I'm so appreciative. Thank you, baby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gabriel Knight says, Game and Geek EXPO have time to pee. Thank you, man. Billy Hatcher, the Pink Boy, says, for the snake. We hit the snake, man. We hit the snake. Wasabi says, I've been told no refund on my ticket as of an hour ago. Don't care much, though. Post that on Twitter, and I'll share it. Post a screenshot of that if that actually happened. That'd be crazy. Thank you. Love you, Billy. I appreciate you for your Pink Boy. We are already Naked Snake, or we're already Rainbow Knighted and everything. I do want to get into this call very shortly, but I have to tell the entire story because it's a long story, right? None of you actually know the real story, so I want to voice that, and then we'll go through the call. So thank you, John. Says, welcome to the Cancel Club, Cody. You could always be like Shane and me and go anyways. Record security about to toss your ass out. Show them you won't be intimidated. Party it up at the show with the fans, or don't. Stay strong. Thank you. I have thought about that a lot, John. I have thought about that a lot. Thank you so much, John. I appreciate you. And yes, I was thinking about you, John. I was thinking about Shane and you and Ethan about all this shit that's been going down. I'm like, damn, I've seen this happen to my boys. Thank you, John. I appreciate you. Michael Nair says, let's go. Screw them. You don't need them. Sorry to the people who are getting screwed out of meeting them. An amazing guy. Thank you, Michael Nair. Yeah, we were going to have my race truck there, racing simulators and everything. Thank you. I appreciate you. Michael Nair, longtime supporter. He's my boy. He's my boy. Sarah Ray says, Gaming Geek can go scratch it. My late husband found your channel, and you're one of the few I still watch. Thanks for making us last. Thank you, Sarah. I love you, Sarah. Sarah is so beautiful. Look at her in her picture. I appreciate you, Sarah. Thank you for sticking around with you, boy. Tristan says, boom. Thank you, Tristan. I appreciate you, dude. It's gonna be hard to get through all these. Thank you, Tristan, buddy. Donna, for 12 months. I was shocked when I saw your post. Yeah, me too. Billy Hadger says, Naked Snake goal reach. Now can we hit Fight Milk? Oh, I'm pretty sure we can. Slagless, here's a free chat for the Goomba. 10 months. Thank you, buddy. Iron Oxide says, let's go. Cancel culture is over, and those who take part. Well, we about to find out, huh? We about to find out. I got my ass canceled, so technically it's not over yet. And my hair is starting to fall over because I didn't damn put hairspray in it. My hair is just too damn thick. Thank you, Iron Oxide. I love you, dude. My boy. My boy. Intimidator says, bummer about the con cancellation, but you already know we have your back, and good luck during the rest of the race season for Cody, because one of these days I'll stop by for a couple races. Hell yeah. I hope to see you, Intimidator. I know we've almost crossed paths about 5 times now. But get the hell on it, doggone it. Kettle Black says, it's positive for these cancel freaks to have a small puppy. This is why most found predators think they are women. They fear the Goomba. Oh, my God. They fear the Goomba. Chris, thank you, Kettle Black. Crip Key says, seems they should have to reimburse you for the merchant minimum. Glad to catch you live for once. Daywalker. Thank you, Crypt Keeper TV, dude. For the Orange Boy. All right, we're almost through them. Thank you, Crypt. I love you, dude. Appreciate you. Helena says, what the hell happened in Charlotte? Fox gave you no screen time. Couldn't figure out what happened. I don't really know if I want to talk about what happened at Charlotte. But the team, my race team, they made a catastrophic mistake with the truck, and it destroyed our race. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus because they've been good to me, but they made a really, really bad mistake, and it literally we were like 50 miles an hour off pace. I might elaborate eventually, but I don't want to throw them under the bus because they're good people, but one person on the team made a mistake that cost us the whole race. So we'll see how that plays out, but yeah. Thank you, Helena. GameCube Galaxy, the boy. Dude, I just followed you on something today, man. Hey, Pac-Man Case is in here. What's up, dude? Let me make him a mod. Pac-Man Case. All right. GameCube Galaxy. Can't stand cancel culture nonsense. I'm glad you're exposing this insanity. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. That's what it's all about, dude. Snafu. Here's money for the old pupper. Get him good treats. Thank you, dude. Donna, this family lot will always be in your corner. I love the new merch. Politics shouldn't be part of the expo. It should only be about games and having fun. I agree. I completely agree. Thank you, Donna. I love you. I appreciate you, Donna, so much. We're almost a Naked Snake. Look at that. Or Fight Milk. Sorry. It's been so long since we hit Fight Milk. I'm saying Naked Snake. Thank you, Donna. Oh, Daracuda, by the way. I love you, dude. Bitch. All right. Rage. All I got. I'll get the hoodie later. Thank you, baby. Yes, I did. Okay. I'll explain that in a minute, though. Wrong gearing. No, it was worse than that. It's worse than that, man. I don't know. It's bad. Teacher, Mr. Short Buzz. Hey, bro, if you're interested, come to Syracuse, New York Retro Game Con. It's at the races in November, and also should go to Geek Expo. So, yeah, highlights. No. Hey, if they invite me, I'm all about it, dude. If they're any con that wants to invite me, I'm cool, man. I love going. The only reason I was going to the Game and Geek Expo is because they were going to fly me out and pay for my room. And dude, racing is expensive, and I have not a coin on my ass. It got really bad for a minute there, and they really hooked me up, and then some shit went down, and now I'm out of the money, right? So the merch money anyway. So I kind of just wasted the money, unfortunately. Kara says, like a Planet Fitness subscription, you can't be canceled. Oh, thank you, Karis. I love you, dude. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, buddy. Alexis Sanabria. Hello, Cody. USMC vet on 3/29/25. My friend Corporal Weber lost his battle with mental health. He would have been 25 this June. Let's take this day to remember those who have never hung up their uniforms for the last time. Simplify, rip. Happy Memorial Day, everybody, and rest in peace to our boy Corporal Weber. I'm sorry to hear that, Alexis Sanabria. This is something that's all too common, and these vets don't get enough support. So thank you, Alexis Sanabria. I appreciate you, baby. And keep Corporal Weber's family in our thoughts for damn sure, man. For damn sure. Thank you, Alexis. Nobody send a support smash JT. Cover this tonight. Hell yeah, he's my brother. Shadow Cat. If you would be interested, there's Smoky Mountain Fan Fest in September with about an hour Gatlinburg. I do love me some Gatlinburg, Shadow Cat. How you doing, baby? How you doing, Shadow? Welcome back, baby. I can't keep up with these super chats. You guys got to calm down for 2 seconds, okay? Stop. Got to tell a story. A very compelling story. Chris Olin, my boy. Put those celebrity guests with controversial progressive commentary and the hypocrisy on the con organizer on blast, name and shame them all with the same energy they came after you with, boycott and promote a competing convention. Look, dude, here's how I see this, Chris. Okay? I do not want to go after another creator or voice actor or artist or even a cosplayer for anything that they believe in. I don't believe in that. I will, however, retaliate against the convention, but I will not retaliate against an individual because I don't like individualistic cancel culture. But I, however, will retaliate against an organization, right? So thank you, Chris Olin. I love you, dude. A pink boy, by the way. Hot diggity damn. Jesus. I mean, there's cosplayers out there that have pretty crazy opinions, furries, everybody. And like I said the other day, like, I think there's the majority of the cosplayer community is great. Majority of the VTuber community is great. Majority of the furry community and the brony community, I don't know about that one. But the majority of all these communities are great. But there's a few outliers that find themselves radicalized because, higher levels of like struggling with mental illness and stuff in these communities. There's nothing wrong with that kind of thing. It just, however, outliers can lead to some pretty radical shit. And that's all I was talking about. And that's what apparently got me removed from this con. Thank you, Chris Olin. I appreciate you. Sounds like defamation. Won't stop till we sue him, Josh. Well, I talked to Tim about that today. So, Retro Wolf, Southeast Game Exchange, just casually talking about in chat. Where's it at? The chat's too fast. You can't be doing that. Can't be casually doing stuff. Hold on, let me go scroll up. Actually, I can scroll up and it's right here, maybe. It says, Cody, Southeast Game Exchange in the chat. Cody would love to have you back at SIG. Let's talk. I'm all about it, baby. Give him my phone number, Retro Wolf, if you don't mind. Thank you, Retro Wolf. Charles Salmon says another 2 for the GameStop to sponsor you. Thank you, dude. Enriquez. Charlotte might have been bad, but it was so fun to meet. Dude, I'm so glad you came. And I was very surprised with how buff you are. This dude was thicker than me. He came up, his arms were like twice the size of mine. I'm like, you need to calm down, Erikias. I got you now. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. 200 from Pot Milk. Thank you, buddy. Scaly one says, story. Is it Super Chat's a comeback story? Yes. All right, Scaly, I love you. Erikias, Retro Wolf, you guys know who you are. I love you guys. Chris Olin. All right. Here we go. Let's tell the story. Since I know it's been pretty crazy, but let's tell the story real quick. And then I'm going to post my merch that I got made for the convention, exclusively for this convention. It was only going to be available at this convention. I got the merch made for it, but I have to scrap all of it. Okay. And it was about $700. So I re-released the merch without the logo to try to make that money back, if that makes sense. So I'll post it here in a little bit, so you guys can get your taste of it. Reagan, why'd you stop people filling your orifices with money? Shut up, Reagan. All right, here we go. So let's start the show. So as you guys may know, I was invited to a convention by one of my buddies called the Game and Geek EXPO in Raleigh, North Carolina, by an organization and under an umbrella of an organization called the Raleigh Retro Gamers. I was very, very excited about this because it seemed like a really, really cool convention. We contacted my race team and we were going to bring my race truck, my actual NASCAR truck from Charlotte. We just raced. We were going to pull it to the convention, put it beside my booth, clean it up, make sure it's sparkly, and have it ready to go. Have some tethers around it so people can't slap it. I got merch made. I got a custom hero card made for it. I was going to give out for free with autographs. All that stuff. Had it all planned out. Had parties planned out. All that stuff planned out really, really well. We had the flights planned out and the rooms booked. All that shit was done. Okay, so here's the real story. And everything that comes after this up until the call will be alleged. Because I was told this by an individual that's part of the convention leadership. Anyways, here we go. So the day that they announced that I was coming, they put me on a little flyer and put it on their Instagram. Well, an individual from their leadership team went to my YouTube channel, found out immediately that I'm not a violent liberal and I can be, a little spicy at some points. However, I am never controversial to the point where I should be canceled. Okay. I've never done anything to warrant that. I've never inappropriately touched somebody. That would be freaking weird. I've never talked to somebody inappropriately. That would be weird. I'm not about that life. Okay. I'm pretty laid back and cool. But unfortunately, somebody didn't get the memo for the last 7 years that canceling somebody over slightly leaning right, just a little bit, probably not the way to go. So one of the individuals told me that this girl had a problem immediately with me being announced. And he said that she was extremely Karen-y leftist and was not about this life, and immediately threatened that she would not be at this convention working if I was going to be there. So this is what I was told day 2 after the announcement. This was weeks ago, by the way. I was like, okay, that's pretty weird, but they reassured me that it was all good. And the allegation was I had Cecil on a stream with me, and I introduced Cecil on the panel, and I said, hey, I haven't seen you, Cecil, since we went ass to mouth in Florida. She used the ass to mouth comment saying I wasn't family friendly enough to be at the con. Keep in mind, there are women going to this con who do porn, and they're official guests on the website, on their OnlyFans accounts. But that's fine. Me saying ass to mouth is just too much. So I digress. I was reassured it was going to be totally cool, but the con, Game and Geek EXPO, did remove me from all their media. They removed the Instagram post, the Facebook post, all of it. They deleted all that shit. I immediately went to the guy that I trusted, and I'm like, hey, dude, really feels like I'm about to get canceled. I'm going to warn you, don't do this. Don't cancel me over some dumb leftist shit because it's not going to end well. And he's like, nah, dude, it's all good. And I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, I assure you it's all good. And I was like, all right, cool. All good. All good. Well, let's fast forward a little bit. So I had another stream the next Monday. And this stream, I was just talking about different subject matter like I always do, with very, very nuanced positions like I always do. Okay. I'm not overtly left, right, or center. I like to talk every side, perspective take, like I've been trained to do with PR training, perspective take, and try to gather as much information as I can. So I was talking about the rise of, mental illness, maybe diagnosed or maybe just mental illness in general has been rising the last 50 years, like substantially. So I was like, these things are more prevalent in niche communities like, furries, bronies, different subreddit communities, parasocial relationships, and cosplayers. Anything in that kind of community, right? And I was like, so mental health, you'll find a lot of people are struggling with mental health, which can sometimes lead to radicalizations. And that's why you get always, when you look at somebody that's trying to cancel somebody, it's somebody from one of these groups. That doesn't mean it's all these people at all. Not even the majority even. It's a small percentage. All these people are likely really good people. But there are some outliers that often come from these groups because they have a higher rate of mental illness. That's all I said. I never said anybody was bad. Never. Well, let's fast forward a little bit. We're going to come back to this. It was like a 5-minute segment on my stream a week ago. So we go to Charlotte, and I have 2 people that from the convention, one of them, which I'm pretty sure is like in the leadership, but I think both of them are. They came to my race for the VIP like passes. I got them some VIP passes, which are like $500 a piece, okay, that are paid out of my contract through sponsorships. And I'm like, all right, like, yeah, come on, dude. You guys are hooking me up. You guys have been good to me. I'm going to be good to you. Because that's how I roll. If you're loyal to me, dude, I will always stand by you, But if you fuck me, like legitimately fuck me, like I'm going to fuck you back. Like, that's just how this works, right? So anyway, we have a terrible race, but it was still a good day. I'm trying to take solace in it, but we had a bad race, but whatever. It happens, right? Can't have a good ones every time, or most of the time ever. But at any rate, I leave and I go home. I get home and I go to sleep, wake up, drink a few beers with my boys, Daracuda. We play some games, play some Halo, have a good time, go to sleep. I wake up Sunday morning and I have an email from the president of the Game and Geek Expo in Raleigh, North Carolina. And the president of this expo sends me pretty much what it looks like to be an AI written cancellation letter where people are uncomfortable with my presence, but it's not reflecting on you, but they're uncomfortable with me. Right? So think about that for a moment. What's up, Darko Man? Think about that for just a moment. This letter that I was sent, me reading this, I don't know what happened. And if other people are reading this that are not privy to the situation, it looks like I could have talked to an underage kid. And that's why I've got canceled. No one knows. Everybody online is asking, what did I do? And you can't really answer it because it's just because who you are. That's it. Right? Now, they do point to a specific thing with the cosplay furry brony, like me just talking about the psychological aspects of the rise of mental illness in current niche groups, which I never threw anybody under the bus, but that's what they were using as the catalyst to finally throw me out. And they were planning on doing it. It's very obvious they were planning on doing it the entire time after day one, right? At any rate, let's continue. So that's what happened from the voice of somebody else telling me everything from behind the scenes, allegedly. Now, let's get into the official story, whereas they claim they lost tons of guests and sponsors and vendors, even though all their vendor spots were sold out and are still sold out. Let's ignore that. They claim they were losing too much money to keep me. Now, I'm going to play you a call where the president actually called me on the phone. This was yesterday or today. I don't remember. But he called me on the actual phone. After 5 minutes on the phone, I decided to start recording it because I was like, this is some bullshit. Because the president was asking me to basically stop hating on everybody, which I'm not. I just shared what happened. I didn't even say these pieces of shit. I said, I've been removed. That's all I said. And he was begging me to basically not smear him and ruin him. So I was like, I need to record this. So I hit record on it. And I'm going to play that for you here in about a minute or two. So we're going to get into that. I am not running Nashville, Josh. Very upset about that, but it is what it is. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate you. Malty says, Cam, what the hell's happening? I stand with you. You better, damn Malty. I'm getting canceled. Help. 200 Watt Studio says, God destroyed his con in his first year. I told him that. Came to the Swiss. Love you, dude. Appreciate you. 1D says it was my fault you got canceled. I told them you wouldn't come out of the closet with me, and I was offended. Stay base. Cancel culture is ridiculous. I wish my lefty brethren would lighten up. I agree. Shani says, good Lord, 35 months. Thank you. All right. 200 from 5 mil. Sorry. 200 for 5 mil. So, did you tell him that on the recorded call? Yep. So, very obvious to me. What's up, Jay Sledge? Very, very obvious to me that this guy, and this is why I started recording the call. Keep in mind, it's one party consent state, although it falls under federal jurisdiction, which is one party, but it's fine. So that being said, I was like, I need to record this call because he said it was his first convention ever. And I said immediately, yeah, I can fucking tell because you're caving to pressure. The fact that he stood by caving to pressure, even after the post had went viral, leaves me to believe ulterior motives. A, he was always planning on doing it. And B, this is me alleging and just speaking out, asking my mind. Female cosplayers angry at me, probably legitimately 1 or 2. Let's be real. Maybe 3, because they talk to each other. And he thinks he has to bend the knee to them because they're girls. And we all love girls. Luckily, I went through that stage when I was 27 and 28. So now I don't give a fuck. Girls don't sway me like that. I'm sorry. Okay? You take your drawers off, I'm like, get out of here. I don't need your ass. What are you talking about? All right. So let's jump into the phone call. Oh, before I do that, Empty Nomad, look at this. Look at this garbage. God, I've been meaning to buy one for a year. I agree, Jay Con. Hey, Zachary Stouse, what's up, buddy? All right, so let's pull this up real quick, and then we're gonna jump right into the call. I just want to pull this up because very, very important to me. You know what I'm saying? Where am I? There it is. All right, I found it, boys. Here it be. Here it be, boys. All right. Can I share this? I don't know how this works. Where's the share button? I think I can. Anyways, so here is my new merch. What stream is this? Oh, it's Hypnotic. Hypnotic, get out of here. So here is my new merch. This merch was exclusively supposed to be for the actual convention itself, but I removed the logo and I'm re-releasing it as normal merch. So please consider grabbing it because I'm 700 in the hole for it. So to make that up would be really, really cool. It has a front and back for the first time ever. It was done by an absolute professional monster of a guy. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So it is beautiful and classic as hell. So get yours now. Get it now. It is beautiful. If I can click on it. I want to zoom in on it and get in there. Why are you zooming out? All right, whatever. Anyways, the website's not very caring. But basically that's it. So yeah, go pick it up, boys. Go pick up your hoodies, whatever, and help your boy out because, yeah, I'm in the hole, boys. I got robbed. I tell you. All right, there you go. There's the new merch. So let's start the call and have a good time. Chris Olin, cosplayers, VTubers are the worst. I mean, obviously not all of them, but there's a few of them, man, and they can just sway people. And it's because they have nice cheeks, and I get it, bro. I totally get it. But I'm like 35. I don't care anymore. Thank you, Chris. I love you, dude. Only 5XL. No tank top? Not yet, Arikas. But I will put it on. I mean, Erikias. I will put it on there. I didn't see the option on there. Thank you, Chris. Love you. Josh Johnson blame GameStop. Sent a spot to mess with our boy. Yeah, dude. That's a lot of people said that, actually. So let's start the call. And you guys can kind of judge your own. I'm going to stop the call and start it and stop it and start it. Just so you guys can get a feel, because I'm going to be explaining a lot of stuff because there's a lot of context that goes into this call. So I'm going to do that for you if this page will ever load, and we'll do it. Tank top. All right. Where is it at? Edit details. I'm going to add a tank top for you, Erikias, right now, if I can. Can I? Available products, edit or add designs. If I can add a tank top, I'm going to do it right now for you. I think I can, though. I've done it before, but sometimes it's weird and you can't find them. Yeah, like where is it? Is it because it? Wait, it is totally summer. We should totally have these on here. Where's my tank tops at, boys? Where's my tank tops? Home decor, accessories. You've ordered my tank tops before. Apparel, maybe. Well, it has to be under apparel, right? Kids and babies, men. Oh, I got this shit. You ready for this, Irikias? I got your ass. Select products. Tank top. I got him. We're gonna do a classic tank top for Irikias. There you go, buddy. And I'm gonna hit continue, and it will be live right now. Actually, let's edit that because it looks ridiculous. Why does it look so stupid? What is happening? All right, okay. All right, we're good. We're good now. We're good, man. We're good. Don't worry about it. We're good. All right, cool. Is that right now? We're good. Where'd it go? Where the hell did it go? Sorry, guys. I'm getting lost in the sauce here. And let's see if it loads here. Sorry. There we go. Save edits. We're good. All right, let's start the call. Sorry, guys. All right, let's continue. I got to put my headphones on. I was trying to take care of my boy Irikias in the damn chat, okay? We had to hijack the stream for Irikias. All right. Preparing your listing. And I'm going to send you the link. All right, let me pull up the call real quick. So if you guys don't know, the call is... It's the shit's hit the fan already, obviously. Where's the going? Call. This is recording this call. There it is. It has almost 1,000 likes. It's 10 away from 1,000 likes, almost 250,000 views. My original post almost has 1 million views. Just putting that out there. Freaking crazy shit right now. Absolutely wild. All right. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. I'm just having troubles, bro. You might also like. I doubt it. I doubt it, y'all. No, go back. I'm trying to find the... Oh, I'm glad I'm not sharing my screen. You would have saw my porn. Can't have that happen. All right, it's on there. I just can't find it. But it's totally on there. It might take a while to load or something. Okay, anyways. Let's make music together. All right, I got the call pulled up. Let's go and let's have a good time. And I'm going to be explaining a lot of intricacies in this phone call. So I do not know it, Scuba. I do not know it. All right, let me put my head boys on. And we are 190 from Fight Milk, by the way. 190. Can we hit double Fight Milk tonight? I think it's possible. I think it's possible. Let's start up. All right. Let's make sure. Hey, somebody got my book. Hey, thank you guys for getting my book. Appreciate you guys. Mm-hmm. All right. Cool. All right, guys. Sorry, there's stuff happening right now with this controversy, like literally right now. So I'm trying to keep up with it. Yep. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Okay. So I'm gonna quote tweet this guy real quick. So Bucks announces he will no longer be attending Game and Geek EXPO as a result of my canceling. Based. Yeah, so Vux, I'm pretty sure, has millions of subscribers, just canceled. Okay. Coolly. All right, boys. I just want to get that out of the way. All right, because we got to take care of our boys here. All right. Let me find the call again because I closed it. I'm just crashing and burning this stream now. I lost my call. There it is. All right, let's start it. We're starting it up right now. Apologize for all my inconveniences, boys. Just got to do my thing, you know. I'm out of practice. It's been like a week since I streamed, guys. It's been a week since I streamed, okay? So I'm going to play the call for you right now. And I'm going to explain a lot of things, and I'm going to be stopping it probably pretty often. So have some faith. You can also listen to it in full on Twitter. But there's just a lot of context to this that I got to get through and let you guys understand what exactly is happening. Okay, so let's do that right now. Here we go.
And you're right, dude. As a content creator, again, dude, I got fucking 200,000 followers. I get it. Like I get it. You have a lot of power there, man. And I'm trying to mitigate it. I don't want you to take losses on this. All right.
Too late. It's too late, damn it. Now, to put this out here real quick. So what we're about to get into right here is he is claiming that he doesn't want to destroy my brand. As if that's possible or something. Bro, I have had people swap my ass. You have no power over me. I've had people come to my house and threaten me. You do not have power over me. Okay? I've been through this shit thick and thin 1,000 times. A cosplayer or a convention owner has no power over me. Okay? I've had some of the biggest YouTubers in the world come after me. You ain't got no power over me. All right? So, just putting that out there. But let's continue. You'll see what we're getting into here.
So and that's why I haven't publicly said anything about who or what or any of that. I haven't addressed it at all. Yeah. I haven't addressed it at all.
Yeah.
But the only backlash I'm getting right now is just from some of your followers from the Twitter situation and some of our and by the way, I just want you to know the Carolina Game Summit people, they're completely not involved.
Yeah, so that's something I need to say as well. I did quote tweet the Carolina Game Summits, their actual statement about the matter. So the Carolina Game Summits is just a company that's leasing equipment to the Game and Geek EXPO. They are not in charge of anything. People kind of ran with it because the Game and Geek EXPO has no social media presence on X or Twitter. So people were like, we gotta find somebody to complain to. And somebody posted that. I asked, because I saw that they were promoting it, and I asked if they knew anything about it on Twitter. And then it freaking everybody was like, it's their fault. And I'm like, no, it's not their fault. So I deleted that post because they had nothing to do with it. People are saying online that they should drop out of the event in solidarity. That's neither here nor there. That I don't really have an opinion on that. I don't really think they're involved at all. But that's the issue is they don't have a presence on Twitter. So they were looking for somebody to go after. So just to get that clear immediately, they had nothing to do with anything. That is the only correct thing you're going to hear in this call.
At all. Right. They are not involved at all. They're setting up some Mario Kart tournaments, but it's funny because it's not funny at all. But yeah, they're getting a lot of backlash from some of the tweets. But yeah, they're not involved at all. But Cody, listen, bro, I'm not trying to come at you and be like, oh, I'm trying to silence what you're doing.
No problem at all, guys. I know you got dragged into that shit unjustly, and yeah, I was watching that. As soon as I saw officially what y'all were doing, what you guys were in charge of, which was not the con, I was like, oh shit, everybody's going after y'all. So I behind the scenes, I talked to a bunch of guys, and I was like, these guys are not involved. These guys are not involved. It's totally different. And they were like, all right, cool. I think you probably talked to a few of these guys as well. So, all right.
And I literally, dude, I'm a fucking small business, bro. I'm not trying to take sides. I do not take anything from the left or the right or whatever. I'm not political.
Now, keep this in mind. This is very important. He is saying he does not take sides. But I'm not allowed to go to this convention anymore. So it seems to me a side has been taken. I'm just putting that out there.
Political at all. I don't care about any of that shit, dude. It's just when we go back and we look at what's posted on our website, which is the code of conduct, and like that's what people are fucking trying to hold us accountable for because it's already posted publicly. Like it says like no discrimination, blah blah. It's all inclusive.
No discrimination, all inclusive, unless you happen to be disliked by a photographer or something, allegedly. Then you are able to be discriminated against, and it is not inclusive for you. I will put this out here. This, however, is not alleged. The person that apparently allegedly is basically behind the entire me getting canceled portion. Allegedly, again, got to say that more than I should. I went and looked at their past work history on LinkedIn, and it just so happens that they were, I think, they were DEI, but I think they were the head of DEI at Epic Games. So coincidentally, somebody that was in charge of a DEI department didn't want me there. I'm not shocked. That actually made way more sense when it was shared to me by Savvy. I was like, oh, wow, no shit. Oh, my God. Look, there's nothing wrong with like a diverse, like, a population of people. That's great. Don't misconstrue me because I know people are going to try. But when you're in charge of a DEI outfit for a company, like we all know what that's about, right? Regardless of how you like kind of dress it up, we understand what the whole process is. You know, it's preferring people for their race rather than their accomplishments or their talent or their ability, which I don't really think's the right thing to do, you know, not to have a successful, cohesive like environment. I don't think that's the right thing to do. But that being said, you can disagree or agree. That's fine. But it's coincidental that the person that's allegedly behind getting me removed from this convention also just so happened to be part of a DEI initiative at Epic Games and then were fired or laid off. Very interesting. So at any rate, let's continue.
Says and that's all it is, man. I would never I would never try to like silence you and what you do and you as a content creator. Like you can say whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. Cause that's you, man. And I'm not gonna hate you for that. But I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just coming at you as like this is our first time, bro. It's a first time con. We have a lot on the line. I literally, my whole family situation is on the line for the shit. And I get it. You don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck about the brand.
This is an attempt to manipulate my empathy to not do anything as a result to the backlash against me, right? So it's like, hey, I got a family. I got a business. This is going to ruin me, blah, blah, blah. Look, I get it. We've all been there. But that doesn't mean I'm going to just die for you. I'm not going to fall on the sword for anybody unless it's my own family or people that I love. Those are the only people I'm willing to fall on a sword for. Won't be falling on a sword for somebody I don't know that got ticket sales because of me and some publicity and then was like, by the way, go fuck yourself. Right? So, no. That's obviously just a manipulation tactic. But yeah, at any rate.
Because that's you, man. And as like, this is our first time, bro.
So, cover this a little bit. He's saying this is his first time running a con, which is very obvious. And it's actually kind of sad. And I'm not saying sad as in pathetic. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying sad as in he let himself probably get manipulated by like one of these people, you know, that were allegedly behind all of this. He let himself get manipulated by one of these like girls or photographers or something, allegedly. And probably didn't know what was going to happen because they're like, oh, you just cancel him and it'll be fine. Just cancel him because he's evil. He's a bigot. Cancel him, allegedly. And he was probably like, oh, yeah, I can just do that and it'll be fine. Like, I don't know nothing about the online spectrum. We barely have a social media presence. And he had no idea. So it kind of feel bad because he had no idea. And I tried to warn everybody. I tried to warn him. I tried to warn my buddy that was involved in it. I tried to warn everybody. I'm like, if you fucking cancel this, if you remove me from this con, it will go nuclear. It will go to the stratosphere. Tim Pool's going to talk about it. Asmongold's probably going to talk about it. And then once Asmongold talks about it, every other commentator that exists on the platform will talk about it. And that'll be the end. Right? And no one listened to me. They were just like, oh, it'll be fine. I'm like, and I said that afterwards. I'm like, I told you this would happen. I told you. Like, obviously, I'm going to share the post. How am I going to tell the people that were going to come that I'm not coming? Oh, I'm not allowed to be at that con. Why? Well, I'm not supposed to say. Why would I protect anybody else's brand when mine's tarnished? Why would I protect somebody? That makes no sense. And you're going to hear that in this call, by the way.
It's a first time con. We have a lot on the line. I literally, my whole family situation is on the line for the shit. And I get it. You don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck about the brand. I get it. You don't care. But at the same time, I'm just trying to like come at you as a man to man. I don't want you to make any sacrifices for like what you believe in either. But I promise you, bro, like I don't have backing like what you just said. I don't have that. I'm literally a fucking guy in Raleigh.
Right.
Like you could ruin me. I'm not clapping back. I am literally saying like, what can I do, bro, to like not. I don't want to fuck you either. I don't want you to feel disrespected because
well, that's pretty hard. I don't want you to feel disrespected, but these certain people are uncomfortable with you. The most basic dude that's never actually been in a fight, not confrontational, won't hurt anybody, super nice to everybody that I've ever come in contact with. Like, I don't care what color you are. I don't care what groups you're in. I don't care if you're a cosplayer or a furry. I don't care what you are. I'll be super cool with you. As long as you're cool with me, I'm cool as hell. Hell yeah, dude. I like your fursuit. What's up? I don't care. Right? The people you're catering to, though, they will. Right? Be very careful to the people you're catering to. Be very careful when they come up to hug you and you put your arm around their waist. You can put your arm around my waist all day. What's up, babe? Be very careful, because those people that are coming after me, they will be coming after you next. It does not matter if you sided with them previously. You are next. You set the precedent. You are next. That's how this works, right? So, yeah, shut up, Zeno. 200 watt studio. Come on, Cody. My first time. My family. Yeah. Dude, F that manipulative BS. It's a snake. A snake. He's a snake. All right, let's continue. Let's continue, boys.
I would love to have you there. It was just that we were getting a lot of backlash from the local community, and it wasn't just like one person, bro. I would never let that happen for one person.
Well, that's good. At least we know that if it's like more than one person. That's my favorite part of the call. And it's like the most basic part. It's like the most bland part of the call. But it's like my favorite part of the call. It's like, I would never do it for one person. But God forbid 2 people contact me. Then your ass is grass. Your ass. Holly movie star accused them of the homophobia because they stake. And they don't even know that I'm gay. That's the bad part. They don't even know they canceled a gay man. Shit, this is where shit went wrong, bro. Thank you, Holly.
We were getting a lot of backlash for just different things, and dude, like I watched the streams, man. I mean, it's not like hate speech in it or anything. Like I get it, like I totally get it.
And he's saying right here that he has watched my streams before, and he totally thinks they're fine. Which he's kind of saying that it's not his choice, apparently. Somebody else's choice, not his. Whose choice was it? No one knows.
We're in the South, we're in North Carolina. I just want to try to find a way, man, that we can vindicate this. But you're right. we did ask you to be there. Our team asked you to be there. So I know you're out stuff for that, and you did promote it. So you're entitled to whatever, you're entitled.
So if you guys can't tell, what seems to be happening here is an attempt to buy me out of like running a smear campaign, I guess, which this isn't a smear campaign. A smear campaign is when you make up crazy ass shit and try to destroy somebody's character, which isn't true. Kind of like what happened to me. That's fine. Now, that being said, all I did was post a damn email. All I did was post an email that was sent to me. If it's a smear campaign as a result of that email, maybe that's probably not the right thing you should have done. If a smear campaign can be launched on your words with no injection of somebody else's words, you probably goofed a little, right? All I said in my tweet was, I have been canceled and removed from this Game and Geek Expo. Somebody there apparently thinks I'm a Nazi. Make sure you refund your tickets. And I posted the screenshot of the email. That's all it took. And then a fucking wave of hell came. Probably because it's bullshit, right? Does that make sense? One person, no, I got your back. But 3 people, you're gone, bro. How many people is worth your personal values, right? How many people is worth your own values to stand on? 1, 2, 7, 9. Everybody's apparently got a number. Thank you, 200 watt. I love you, dude.
And I don't want to hurt your brand, and my brand is shit, obviously, compared to yours. So, I don't know. I was just hoping that maybe we could find like a common ground where we could figure out something that works for both of us. And I'm not asking, for whatever. Like, I'm just trying to find a common ground, bro.
Right.
Chase is my buddy too. Like, he's my good friend, and obviously y'all knew each other. And
so where'd you go, Steph? What even is the point here? You're gonna be asking yourself a lot. That what I gather kind of in my own thoughts is he was hoping that I would just like delete everything and call everything off for like no reason out of the goodness of my heart. And the goodness of my heart doesn't extend to people I don't know within reason, especially not if you fuck me, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I let you borrow $1,000 and then you burn it at a casino and you come back and you want to borrow another $1,000, I probably won't give it to you because you fucked me, right? So I feel like that's pretty normal. And I think he probably gathered that, but he was just trying to fucking Hail Mary it and get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Eric. Exactly what I'm saying.
That's why you were brought into conversation, and we had a racing section, and we were like, oh, that would be cool if we had, like a race car driver or somebody. But that's why we brought you on, man. And with that being said, like, we, again, bro, we're not like a big company or like anything like this. Literally me, man. So I don't know. I was just trying to figure out if there was a way that we could make it not shitty.
Right. So, okay, this is where I'll start talking. Alexander says, what do I need to do for you to not talk about this anymore? Alexander PCs, what's up, buddy? How you doing, dude? What's up, man? Doing well, dude. I still need that Alexander PC logo on my truck. I'm just saying. A race truck. What's up? A racist section, yeah. This time I'm gonna win big and split it with you. Hell yeah. Thank you, Charles. Says probably wouldn't. What do you mean probably? Ashley says, hey baby, with a big old orange boy. Thank you, Ashley. I love you. We have 900 people watching. Please hit that like button. Again, I know if you're just joining, I want to give a shout out to Vux, old Vuxy on X. Just announced that he is dropping from the Game and Geek Expo as well. He's a very large YouTuber in solidarity with me. and with Retro Wolf, YouTube also dropped, along with Saturn Stevio and along with Pac-Man Case. All these people dropped from the convention within the last 12 hours in solidarity with me. So I appreciate those that are supporting that. I'm not asking anybody to do that. So that's really, really cool, y'all. So thank you, Ashley. If you still here's what I can offer you. If you still go to the show, you'll get an extra 15 minutes in the ball pit. Like, all right. I don't know why that made me laugh. I'm sorry, guys. So, like, we'll go back to something you said. You said you don't pick sides. And when you say something like that, why exactly am I not going to this convention?
Well, the reason was, man, because the cosplay stuff that you were talking about. And that's like 30% of the people that come to these my events are cosplayers, and they were that was what the part was like. That.
All right, I'm going to give you some context that's very important here because we're about to get into the spooky. NASCAR Kelly, what's up, baby? So real quick, for context, 3 cosplayers that are attending this convention, 3 of them have reached out to me and said this is bullshit, that I'm getting canceled. By the way, 3 cosplayers that I do not know have reached out to me saying, wow, this is absolute bullshit that you're getting canceled from this. And they don't even know me. That's number 1. Number 2 is 2 cosplayers I do know have reached out to me. One of which was asked to promote this expo. And she's like, they actually canceled you? And I'm like, yep. And she was like, holy shit. She's like, I was supposed to promote that expo. Pretty wild shit, right? So it's like, oh, all these cosplayers are pissed at you, but 5 that I know of in the last day have reached out to me like, what the fuck? Right? So obviously we're not going to make sweeping generalized statements here, which is what I didn't do with the context I'm about to share with you. So here's the context of this conversation. A week ago on my stream, I was talking about tons of psychology aspects of all kinds of different areas because we were talking about relationships and drama and stuff like that. I talk about that all the time on my show because I love the thought process that goes into why people make certain decisions. Okay. That being said, I talked about cosplayers at one point in conjunction with furries, bronies, and anybody that can be considered in like these, niche communities that are very prevalent in social media. Now, the overarching subject matter was the rise in mental illness in modern day and how there's a higher amount of mental illness that finds itself into these groups, probably from a need to want to fit into certain groups or just any group, which is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with wanting to fit in. There's nothing wrong with struggling with certain like mental aspects. That is not something to be hated on or disliked or even made fun of. Okay. And I'd said that originally, but I said, so sometimes when you see people kind of going after people like violently online, swatting them, threatening them, or just kind of trying to throw harassment at them, it tends to be somebody from one of these groups because there's a higher rate of mental illness in these groups, which can lead to radicalization. If you look at the actual psychology behind the studies around these things. That's all I said. And the excuse is that all these cosplayers heard this somehow and determined that I was calling all cosplayers bad or something. And that's why I've been kicked from this convention over a completely nuanced take about the psychology around just like niche communities. Never mentioning a specific person, never mentioning a generalized statement, never mentioning the majority at all. Just outliers always find themselves in some of these communities from a need to fit in because that's what social media does. You get on social media, you're kind of a homebody. You don't want to leave. You're looking for a group to fit in with. You're going to find one of these groups because they're very prevalent. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's outliers that can lead to, some dangerous situations for people. That's all I said. So there is your context. Now, something very shocking is going to happen on this call here in a second. Go in race suit and helmet, and they'll never know. I doubt it. Need to get rest in the NASCAR schedule, homie, for another race. Sorry, Mr. Charlotte. Dude, it's all good. Probably good you missed it because it was bad. Pocono is next, June 19th. Then it's IRP in Richmond. I'll get it to you, though. And then we're trying to add on some more. Thank you, Sean. 200 Watt Studio says, I ran a few cons in my day. The con runner protects all his guests, not just a few or 30% of them. You should have protected those too. Yep, I agree. Thank you, 200 Watt. Russell Hall says, sorry, man. Man, you won't slam into a wall. It makes you want to slam into a wall. Even if that number was accurate, Karis, like 30%, even if that number was accurate, your statement still rings true, right? Should 1% of people have power over 99? Which is probably the actual number, right? Too soon. All right, let's continue. So I gave you the context. Let's talk about this subject matter.
That was like really like negating like how we could move forward. Because dude, and it's exactly what you were alluding to in your video is, you know, people taking sides and like harping and going off about it. Like, I mean, it's exactly what you said, bro. Like they're fucking gonna make a big deal out of it.
So what have we learned here? He agrees that people in these communities are going to make a big deal about it and demand I be removed. He agrees with me here. He agrees that they're going to make a big deal out of it. And then he's doing it. Very strange. He agrees with the rise of mental health. He agrees that a lot of these people get violent. He agrees with me, with everything I said. Which means I did nothing wrong, right? But he is making the executive decision to remove me. Interesting. So should he remove himself? Because he agrees? If the cosplayers that are pissed at me, which are probably 2 people, if they heard this, that he agrees with me, are they going to demand he remove himself? Yep.
And I get that, and I totally get that. Like I get what you were saying. I get where you're coming from, man. Like I completely respect like your thoughts and opinions on it, and I'm not trying to say, oh, you're wrong or whatever. Like I don't want you to think that this is like an attack against you, or like obviously you don't care, but like you don't care what I think or what my opinion is, but that's why you have the followers that you have, because you have no filter. You just fucking tell it like it is. I get that, bro.
You tell it like it is. So he's saying that's how it is. But you have to pay for it. 200 Watt Studio said he agrees with you, but needs you to scapegoat. Damn. Erika says new tank top is missing one of the logos. Yes. So the tank top only allows a logo on the front, not the back. That's why. Erika. So I put the cool one on there, like with all the shit. I'm pretty sure. I will double check it though. Thank you, D100 Watt. I love you, dude. Appreciate you. Eric I also love you, dude. Appreciate you, Eric I. We love you, dude. Chris Ben, wow! Mr. Camelot, what happened to you was an injustice. I advise you to find a family member or 2 to vent to and let your anger out in a safe place, like a home gym. It works wonders for me. Oh, my God. Chris Ben, wow. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you, man. That's one of my favorite accounts on here. It's like every super chat is like about that every time. So... Too soon, bro. All right.
Yep. But I'm just telling you that, like, man to man, like, bro, like this is fucking everything that I put everything into this community. And when a big majority of it is like having issues, like that's when I'm trying to
it went from 30% to a big majority now don't want me to be there. And although I don't have the numbers, I can guarantee you that is not true. Because if you go to their Instagram post or their Facebook post, there is not one comment saying, why is this Camelot guy going? Not a single one. Not one. What does that mean? That means it was internal. Which aligns with the alleged thoughts that we discussed earlier that are alleged. Right? If you go to their Instagram now, it is freaking nuked with people freaking the hell out over me getting canceled. I did not tell people to go do that, by the way. Right? That means people went above and beyond to go fucking crazy. And I didn't tell anybody to do that, and I wouldn't tell anybody to do that. But people do that. That's just how that works. You know, it's the storm. There's not one single negative comment about me on any of the posts. But for some reason, the majority of the con does not want me there. Very interesting stuff. Was 4 people going total? Because then I might believe you. Right?
Like, look, dude, I don't go left, I don't go right. I'm agnostic to politics completely. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. I really don't. I just want people to come to my fucking events.
Unless they're me. Unless they're me, then that does not apply anymore. All right? That's the unnerving part about that, by the way. But let's continue. Yeah.
And that's that. And Cody, I'm telling you, that's literally all I care about, bro. I just want to come. Like, our events are like, man, that's something that's kind of like something that we have here. Like, people that would never hang out with each other are there.
Yes, a complete diverse group of people that may not come from the same background nor believe the same things. I agree with this, right? That's what a con is. It's a bunch of people from different backgrounds that may believe different things, but they can get along and they can relate to each other through games, video games, anime, cosplay, all this culture stuff, nerd stuff, rather, right? So everybody's allowed, and it's all inclusive because it's not about that kind of stuff. But if you're Camelot, you're not allowed, right? So immediately you can point out the hypocrisy almost immediately, right? Almost immediately. But that being said, let me go back a minute.
I wrote this. I just want to come. Like, our events are like, man, I really don't. I don't go right. I'm agnostic to politics completely. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. I really don't. I just want people to come to my fucking events.
Yeah. And what does that ultimately mean? Right? He wants people to come to his events. What he's saying is he wants to sell as many tickets as possible to make as much money as possible. Right? And if at any moment, and see, either way we look at this, it's bad. If he cancel me because he wants more money, that's bad, right? If he cancel me because a couple people like find themselves on the left and they don't like somebody that leans right, if they perceive me that way, which a lot of people do, then that's also very bad. Both things are bad. Neither is a winning strategy, right? It's like Smash JT is going to the Southeast Game Exchange. Smash JT is a hyper polarizing figure online, right? Because he's like me, he just says the shit. And he's attending the Southeast Game Exchange. And you can bet your bottom dollar there are people that are emailing trying to get him canceled. The difference is the person running the Southeast Game Exchange has a lot of experience with this. The guy's named Austin. He's a kick-ass dude. I've met him a couple times. I've been to Southeast Game Exchange before. He is going to stand by Smash JT because he has a lot of experience in doing so. Because he understands that adhering to anybody that's giving in demands will only allow you to set a precedent to have to adhere to all the demands from now on, which will end in your business or your con just falling into ruin because everybody's mad at everybody. If you give one person power that does not need power because they really don't have power, then everybody has that power. You're no longer the person in charge. Everybody else is, right?
And that's that. And Cody, I'm telling you, that's literally all I care about, bro. I just want to come. Like, our events are like, man, that's something that's kind of like something that we have here. Like, people that would never hang out with each other are there. and they're there just for the fucking games and shit, like the video games and all the stuff that we have. Like this convention is something that just kind of, you know, popped up here in the last, and we only did this in the last 3 months. Most people, you know, they plan this shit out for years.
Yeah.
Like this is literally, I was just doing stuff in my local community, man. And, you know, that's how I met Chase. And like, again, bro, like no judgment to you at all. Like I completely understand where you're coming from. But you, bro, you got a big voice and you have a huge following too. And I understand that as a content creator myself. But
I got to say something real quick because I was thinking about this earlier while driving to the gym. If you are a large content creator yourself, like he says he is, and you know what it's like, you totally get it. How are you in this position? How did you get yourself into this position? If you're a content creator and you have a big following, you already know what it's like. How did you get into this position? This should have never happened. If you make one video on YouTube and that shit gets 1 million views, you can scroll and 1 out of every 10 comments are somebody that wants you dead. How did you survive that and get to this point to where you're canceling me? That's interesting. I learned my first day on YouTube, that I have to ignore the loud minority. Because if I don't, they will destroy me. Right? Off topic, Stankonia era was Outkast's best songs. Agreed. All right. Mandy Summers.
fuck, man, like I want to find a way that, like, and dude, I did not want to do that. I didn't want to send you that fucking email, man. Like, I really didn't. Like,
but you did. You know,
me and Chase, we were talking, like, when the first video, and you took it down, and thank you for that. Like, thank you.
I regret that, by the way. Yes, I took down my first stream with Cecil where I said ass to mouth, and I very, very regret that. Because I should have, that's, sorry, that's me not standing on my principles, and I kind of regret that. But I did it, coughing, I did it because I'm friends with somebody within this community, and I respect that person. So I decided, you know what? I'm friends with this person. I don't want them to catch some fire from this. I'm going to go ahead and take it down for the time being. It's just unlisted. It's still up there. So I will be putting it back up. But yeah, that, yeah, I was a big regret of mine. I was like, damn, I should have never taken that down. That was my dumbass. I'm a dumbass.
Like, you've been very fucking cool about all this shit.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. No other YouTuber or creator would do that shit. Would take a fucking video down. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, well, Chase is my friend. That's the only reason I did it. There's no other reason. So.
No, 100%. Like, no one would do that at all. I totally get that. Like, fucking creators, they say what they say, and that's their content.
Yeah.
So, listen, I get where you're coming from, man, and you know, if there's any way for us to mitigate it, maybe we can't, maybe we can't. I just wanted to call you man to man because I sent you that fucking email, and you posted it, and thank you for, like, blocking out.
I'm going to go ahead and show you that email because I know a lot of you probably don't have the context. So he sent me an email, and I'm going to show it to you now, just so you have an idea of what this email says. It looks very AI written. I don't know that for sure, obviously. It just has that vibe, you know. But let me pull this up for you so you can see the full context around this actual email. So let's do that real quick. Where is it at? I've just been tweeting too much. Here it is. All right. So here's the actual email so you guys can take a gander at it so you understand the full context here. So this is the email that I was sent. It says, thank you again for your interest in being a part of the Game and Geek EXPO. We appreciate the time and effort you put into your content and the support you've shown towards our event. I did give away free tickets to the event, VIP access, and I have contacted those people to let them know that it's a no-go. Unfortunately, now I don't really care for the verbiage here where it says, thank you for your interest in being part of the Game and Geek Expo. I was invited to it personally. I never reached out to them. They reached out to me one day and was like, hey, you should be a celebrity guest at our show. And I was like, hey, that sounds cool. Like, as long as the rooms and the flats are paid for, I'll be there. Let's go. So I started making it a huge event, and I was like, I'm going to get my NASCAR team involved, and we're going to go crazy because I'm in the NASCAR 25 video game, so it feels like a perfect fit, right? So yeah, I didn't have an interest in being there. I was invited to go there personally. So yeah, this was not a thing where I reached out to anyone. I was contacted to be a part of this event. It says, after careful consideration, we've made the decision to move forward without your involvement in this year's show. While we truly appreciate your recent efforts, including the removal of one of the flagged videos, additional content has since surfaced that has raised continued concerns from our community, guests, and sponsors. That being literally pick whatever you would like to pick on my channel. This is going to come up on this call, but basically, you can find any YouTuber or Instagram influencer or what have you, TikToker, that has a large following. You can scroll through any of their videos and their comment sections and their Twitters and their Facebooks and their posts, and you can find something that might be a slightly on the edge of socially approvable for a mainstream audience. Every creator on earth, right? Even like Scotty the Waz, bro. All the good ones, you can still find that. So it's kind of a meaningless statement, right? Recent things have surfaced. What recent things? If you were on the outside looking in and you were reading this, right? If you were on the outside looking in reading this, some other stuff has come to light and you didn't know me nor this con, what would you assume? People in the chat. I want somebody in the chat to tell me what you would assume if you did not have any context and you read that some stuff has come to light so we can't, allow. What would you assume? Because I know what I would assume. %, right? That's what you would assume immediately. Something illegal or something very fucked, right? That's what you would assume. But no, it was because I don't like your YouTube channel and your political affiliations. Unfortunately, we've already experienced the loss of a sponsor and several other guest participants due to this situation, and it's beginning to negatively affect the overall perception and inclusivity, very important word, of our event. Inclusivity, which means all are welcome. That's what inclusivity means. All are welcome. Please understand this is not a reflection on you as a creator, but rather a necessary step to ensure we are maintaining a space that is welcoming, because I am not welcoming, respectful because I am not respectful, and positive for all attendees and partners because I am not positive. We absolutely respect your right to creative expression and free speech, but we also have a responsibility to our broader community, right? Except for me and my audience, right? So that's basically that's the whole email. So just to let you guys understand what's going on there. All right, we are back. So there's your full context for that.
Chase and my contact information. I appreciate that. But I just wanted to let you know, man, just man to man, if you want to stand on business like that, I get it. As a man and as your brand and your content, I get it. But I was just gonna ask.
Yeah. So I gotta put out a little bit of context here, because NASCAR Kelly asked what vendors or sponsors dropped out. So from my understanding, from what I've been told, so I don't know how accurate this is, but I've been told this by, I'm pretty sure on this call I'm told this. I could be wrong. He says they have one sponsor and it's a local gaming store. But in the email, it says he lost several sponsors. So which is it? Do you have several sponsors that you lost, or do you have one sponsor? Like he told me previously. Right? Kind of sounds like it's not true. Right? Who are the guests that left? Because there was not a single hate comment that I saw on their Instagram about me coming. Not one. You go to it now, it's pretty devastating. But not one. No one reached out to me. Not a single person reached out to me and said, hey, I don't like you. Like, you're bad. Which is what they would have done. No one reached out to me. I didn't see anybody. Not in my chat, not on Twitter, not on Instagram. No one reached out to me and was like, you're a bigot, right? So loss of guest? I don't know about that. Loss of sponsors? From what I was told, there was one. That is still the sponsor. Loss of vendor spots? On the website, their vendor spots are sold out. Kind of seems like a fib. That's what it seems like. Is it true? No idea. But that's kind of where my mind is going. You are a bigot. That is true. I don't like cargo shorts. Aussie. Oh, Pac-Man case. There's a loss of guests now. Yeah. Pac-Man case, Retro Wolf, Vuxy, which is Vuxy's, I'm pretty sure, a very large YouTuber, and Saturn Stevio all have canceled their guest appearances at the con. Respect. Yep, 100%. Yeah, I mean, when you say mitigate it, like what do you like? What's on your mind? Because I don't like. I already told you, like, I don't really know how we can mitigate other than like reversing the decision, telling the detractors to fuck off, and then post a statement saying you stand beside me. Other than that,
Right.
that's not going to it's not going to do anything. But what are you thinking? Because I mean, you obviously probably thinking something as well. Even if they did that, like I suggested, even if they did that, there's going to be some negativity, right, from the people that support me. And I'm not talking about from the cosplayers, whatever. I'm talking about if you did that, people that support me are still, there's going to be a couple of them, probably 10% that still piss, maybe more. So there's really no way out, but that's the best solution. Like, that's the best possible solution to save face to a percentage point that would be acceptable, right? So,
well, if you have money invested, send me the fucking invoice. I'll pay it. I'll pay whatever. If you had stuff that you paid for, I'll send me the invoice. I'll fucking pay it. Again, I haven't said and I will stand by this. We will never say anything bad. We haven't mentioned anything about any of this controversy situation at all, and we won't. But like I said, I will reimburse you for anything that you've already paid, and that's all I can do. I don't know what else to do to mitigate it. I mean, you tell me.
I mean, like, to be fair, how does that mitigate it, right? How does that mitigate it to pay me for the merch, right? I specifically did not attempt to sell sponsorship for the Michigan race in the truck series, which is a possible $40,000. I avoided that completely because it was on the same day as the convention. Are you going to send me 40 grand? I doubt it. Right? There's a lot more at stake. And look, I'm not saying that anybody should like be aware of my schedule. I'm not saying that. But I race in NASCAR every weekend. Like actual NASCAR. The sport, the auto sport. And when I skip a race that I can sell sponsorship for, that's a big deal. That's a very, very big deal. And I knew right away that if I told him about that previously. But I know that you're not going to be able to do that. You be able to do that? I doubt it. I doubt it. So the fact that you cared so to go to such a small event was huge for them. Well, apparently I was too controversial, which is going to come up in this. Red guy, for me, it's an awful lot of swearing from this guy trying to blow this over. Yeah, well, it's casual, right? What's up, Wild Horse? Yes, we also had my truck prepared and scheduled to be delivered to the con, which is gas money, delivering, having a guy do it, right? So, Gene Nelson says, apparently being as problematic as milk is still a problem. Love you, dude. Love that this is blown up in their faces. Yeah, dude. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, dude. Let's make music together. Let's continue, boys. They made their money, though. Then they cut ties with them. Look, I think it was just easily manipulated by some attractive female cosplayers. Shit happens all the time, boys. Shit happens all the time. I mean, that just sounds like fixing it for you, and then I just am fucked. I mean, that's what that sounds like, right? Like that's it. Yeah. What do I get out of this mitigation? Like, I mean, money's not a big deal for me. Like,
I get it. No, I get it. Well, money's a big deal for us because we don't have it.
Right.
So that's a big deal for us. Maybe not for you, but you're right. You already said it. I don't know, man. You tell me, bro. Like, how do we make this fucking right? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to make it right, bro.
It's fishing for a number to pay me is what it is. And I know I'm not trying to say anything out of the way or like speak of my financial situation, which is not crazy good or anything. NASCAR is rough. But giving me a couple $1,000s doesn't make me forget about my principles. The number's pretty high for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got a number. I'm not going to lie to you. If he was like, I'll give you $100,000, my happy ass would be like, all right, deleting everything. That's a big deal. I could pay my mortgage now. But that being said, you're not gonna be able to give me a couple grand to get away, like to not stand on my principles, right? But if I can buy a Ferrari, I might do. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. You know my love for the red Ferrari or yellow. Barb gifted a membership. Thank you, Barb. What about a free medium fries? Delicious. $75 and a pack of Big League Chew. I'll take it. Boys.
I don't want to. Again, bro. I like, dude. I totally get it, man. I don't want to disrespect you or do anything. This is just the event as it is. Like, that's it's like a peace offering. I'm trying to figure out how we can like make it right with you. I don't know. Maybe you don't know right now. I know we called you out of the blue, so I don't know if you want to think about it and let me know. But
so obviously you can tell I'm not really interested in money. I'm not really interested in getting paid off. But I'm going to ask some questions in this call to try to kind of like figure out what's going on, because this doesn't really happen very often. So I wanted to ask some very pointed questions. And we're going to get into that here really shortly. Auntie Montemar says, who the hell calls this, Cody? Game and Geek Expo in Raleigh, North Carolina. 200 watt studio. You should have said USD. See if we would. Thank you. Appreciate you. Got my legs falling asleep. Oh, God, Jesus. Oh, help. Oh, it's Woden shot. My man. No red boys can fix you, bro. No red boys can fix the damage done. Come on. Oh, we are one red boy from a Fight Milk Night, though. Just putting that out there. Okay. All right, here we go.
But I'm trying to make it right, bro. I don't want this to look and reflect like negatively on which it already is.
I gotta say he is trying very, very hard to like word himself correctly here. Because you can tell what he wants to say. He's like, it is, negatively affecting me, but he catches himself. He's like, it's negatively affecting, I don't want it to like affect you. And I'm like, it's not affecting me. I promise you, it's not affecting me. Right. All the cosplayers can come out and be like, well, you a bitch. And I'd be like, I agree. And that'd be the end of it. Right. Nico says, wouldn't this be a case of tortious interference with a contract? I'd never had a contract or anything, unless, I guess text messages could be considered a contract, probably. But I don't really know. I've talked to somebody about that today. So I'm still kind of working on that end. But Nico. I agree, Lesser Logic.
And I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right? But, like, we're not calling out. We're not like, oh, fucking Cody's not coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
we're not saying anything about it. There's no bad press on our end.
Well, I mean, to be fair, when you send me an email that says, people aren't comfortable with me being there because of the overall perception and inclusivity of the event, which is weirdly ironic to me. I mean, that implies that I'm a bad person. I'm a bad vibe. I'm a bad aura, right? And that's where the issue lies. I mean, you say there's no negative press on your side, but I mean, the entire email is like, hey, you make people uncomfortable, which, to be fair, when you say stuff like that, it can mean some pretty fucked up stuff. So there's people don't even know what's going on, right? Like, the people are messaging me like, what did you say? I'm like, no, I didn't say shit. I said the same stuff that I say on my podcast every single day. And there's probably people out there thinking that I talked to a 14-year-old girl or something. Like, they have no idea why I was removed from this thing, man. Yeah. So, this is where he's going to blame me. So get ready. This is where he's going to blame my ass, for, all the people that could be thinking something like that. He's going to blame me here for this. So here we go. Right.
Yeah.
So that's where the biggest issue comes. Like, there's people out there. It's like, damn, well, I wonder what this guy did. I wonder what fucked up thing he did. And I literally did nothing. That's the issue. Is I just said a thing on my podcast, like, casually, which maybe it aligns slightly lean right, which I know is completely unacceptable, especially when it comes to, like, the anime cosplay furry community. But when it comes, like, what it boils down to is I didn't do anything wrong. So that's why it's kind of like, so to send an email that the entire body of the email implies I did something horrifically fucked up to get kicked out of this con. That's where we're gonna have an issue, which is why it's going viral and trending right now, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, just I mean, literally, I sent the email to you, so I didn't send the email publicly to anyone else.
Right.
You posted it, bro.
Yeah.
But again, thank you for.
So let's debunk that a little bit, right? So first off, obviously, I'm going to post it to explain to people why I'm not going to the con that they paid to go to. Okay. Now, that's number one. Number two, to claim he showed that to no one before sending it to me, kind of hard to believe that he didn't get approval from other people within the convention. Should I send this? Is this the right way to say this? Right. And also, he CC'd somebody on it. So he didn't send it to just me. But that's just, getting that out of the way right now. I didn't send the email to anybody else. It's totally fine. And also, like Rekieta says, there was no NDA involved either. So exactly, Bourbon and Base. Exactly. His solution was for you to act like you no-showed and ghosted the con. Yep. Yeah.
For not including, like, the names and stuff involved with it. But I sent it to you. We haven't made any public posts about it. And so it's not like we're defaming you or it's making you look bad. But I get it. It definitely, if I read that email and I was a guest, I'd be like, fuck that shit.
He goes back and forth a lot on this, by the way. Like a lot. Like a lot. He'll be like, I sent it to you, but I totally get it. Like, if I saw it, I'd be pretty pissed off, but you are the one that did it and you're bad. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, I will do that, Retro Wolf. That's a good idea. So Retro Wolf, Saturn Steve sent a statement to the con that I will read after this. That's a good idea because it's very, very well written. And I also got to point this out, and this is not a dig at anybody. When he's like, "Oh, we've not had any negative press towards you," blah blah blah. They could make a post saying that I'm kicked from the event because they are not comfortable with me with me being at the event, and 8 people would have liked it, and no one would have commented on it. It would have not affected me. There was a point in my career on YouTube where I had 10 hate channels that constantly clipped my channels and constantly were getting me swatted. Your Instagram post ain't gonna affect me, man. Not personally and not on a business level. You know what I'm saying? So, like, no. It's like, we didn't do this to you. It's like, you can't, man. Like, you can't do this to me. Like, because I don't care. I'll just laugh and be like, got him. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways. Yeah, I would have started laughing. I agree. Yep. 100% Krabby Patty.
I get it, bro. Like, I totally do, man. But, like, the thing that you said, like, the stuff that you're saying in your streams listen, this is the way I explain it to Chase. I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck if you're left, if you're right. I do not care. If it's controversial, it's a problem.
And herein lies our issue. He's saying that if you're controversial, you cannot be at a con. Now, is he saying just his con, or you shouldn't be allowed at any con? Because he says it's from a business perspective later. Now, that being said, no one is allowed who is controversial, which he will say that here in a second. That I will not have anybody controversial. Except he has people coming right now that are hyper controversial. Right now. There's a guy on there right now that's been through tons of controversies. He aligns with the left, though. So I can forgive that one because I understand how the game works. I'm not going to pretend I don't. But Cliff Belinsky's on there, and he's had controversy before in the past. What happens when somebody pulls up one of the Cliff Belinsky tweets? What happens? Is he canceled now, too? Epic Games have had a ton of controversy. But again, they align with the left. So I can excuse that because I understand how the game works. I'm not going to pretend that I don't. Okay. But that being said, you can find controversial content on any creator you want. Any of them. All of them. If they have more than 10K subs, they got a hate video somewhere. 100%. Oh, look, he retweeted a Trump meme. Guess what? Can't go to the con. Right?
And that's where I'm hanging my hat on.
Right.
Like, it's controversial, dude. Like, I don't care what you fucking believe, dude. I really don't. Like, no, most people don't, right? Well, I'm not leaning like, oh, I'm letting some person persuade me into making this guest not come. Like, that would not happen at all. But what happens is people take screenshots and people record little sections of things that you said in your stream, which, again, you're totally cool. I don't give a fuck what you say on your streams. That's you and your brand.
Keep in mind, I'm going to point this out one more again. Chris Benoit. He's saying people are taking screenshots and segments of my videos and sending it to him. Right? But not a single comment has popped up in my email, on my Twitter, on my Instagram, or on my YouTube of these people that are apparently just tons of people screenshotting my stuff and sending it personally to this guy. It almost sounds like it's people within the actual con itself. Right? That's what it sounds like. I don't know if that's true, but that's what it kind of sounds like. Because if there was a big pushback from me going to a con, there would be tons of comments everywhere about it. And there's not a single one. Smash JT is dealing with this right now with the Southeast Game Exchange. I saw 2 comments today about it from people saying he should be banned from the Southeast Game Exchange. I saw 2 of those today. There's not been a single one about me. Right? So where are all these guests, the 30% of guests that apparently were taking screenshots and sending it directly to this guy, the president of this convention? Almost sounds like it's somebody he knows personally doing it. Now, I don't know if that's true. It's kind of just what it sounds like. Chris Benoit says Game and Geek Expo just added me to their guest list. Not controversial enough, man. Yeah. Could be true. Could be. Might not be.
I do not care. But you're associated with my event. So when you say that, it has effects. And I sent you that email. I have not publicly said anything about you.
Right. And to be fair, when a statement is made by a creator and you're like, well, you're representing my expo, does that mean I have to adhere my speech for the rest of my life to try to adhere to whatever future expo I may be going to that I'm not scheduled for yet? I wouldn't want to negatively affect a brand of some brand I'm not associated with yet. What? How would I know? Very interesting.
Right.
At all. You drop my name in your Twitter, my fucking name, my full name, and your Twitter.
And to be fair, it is publicly available on the Game and Geek Expo website on the front page.
And, you're bashing my event.
It's literally on the front page. Like, literally on the front. Like, you can go to the gameandgeekexpo.com, and it's like the first thing on there. You know what I'm saying? So, there is no doxing here, right? I mean, here's the website, right? Here's the peeps, right? I guess it's not on the front page. Let's go to full guest list. Here, we'll go to full guest list. There we go. All right. So I lied. Not on the front page. It's not on the second page either. What the hell? Did I just lie to everybody? I could have sworn I just saw this shit. Maybe I'm a liar. Maybe I'm a filthy manipulator. Maybe that's what's going on right here. That's weird. I could have sworn. Interesting. Interesting. Somebody pulled this up. What's his name? Hypnotic pulled this up. He probably took it down. That could be possible. I don't think that's true though. Press media, content creators, no. Vendors, no. Yeah, I don't see it on here. Developer row, here it is probably. No, this isn't it. Where did he see that at? The kid zone. It's definitely not there. Okay, interesting. All right. Well, I just saw this shit literally an hour or two ago. I'll find it here in a minute and pull it up so you guys can see, but because I just saw it. I pulled up the staff list on my stream yesterday. Okay. Yeah, I just saw it. It's possible that it was removed, but it's on Hypnotic's channel right now. It's literally on, if I go to Hypnotic's video, like right now, it's right here. So it's possible it was removed. But yeah, there it is. So. And it's probably because somebody emailed one of these people. So. He removed the about page from the top of the navigation bar. That makes sense. Yeah. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. You definitely wouldn't want to face any accountability in this situation. I totally agree with that shit. I do the same shit. So, but yeah, allegedly the story is one of these people immediately had a problem with me that worked at Epic Games in the DEI department that was behind the cancellation of me almost entirely. That's what was told to me. Don't know if that's true. It's alleged, but that was what was told to me. So, but anyways, let's go back to it. I'm surprised they didn't. I'm kind of surprised actually, but thinking back, that actually makes sense. To be fair, you know,
bro, and like that's where I'm having issue. So we're at a we're trying to figure out that like you were a guest, you were invited as a guest, and things came out, and then people started having issues with certain parts of your content.
Dude, imagine if they looked at a video from mine from like 2 years ago, how bad it would have been. Dude, I'm so vanilla now. Like, compared to what it used to be. It's pretty wild, actually, if you think about it. So, what's up, Jenny? Oh my god.
I literally we were sending people messages like, oh, he's a good person. He took the video down. It's all good. Like, we were in good intention. But at the end of the day, bro, I'm not going to have any guest that's controversial. That's not good for business.
And that right there is probably the worst take of the entire call. Having no guests that could be perceived as controversial. Well, you're not going to have any guests then. You'll have a 0 guest list. Right? I know for a fact there's one person on this guest list that has went through like tons and tons and tons of really crazy allegations. Again, they align themselves on the radical like left. So they're allowed to have those allegations and exist in the same space. Because you can do whatever you want, as heinous as you want, as long as you align with that space. Totally cool. You can totally do it. I totally get it, and I'm not going to pretend like I don't. But yes, controversy is literally great for business. Yeah, well, apparently we didn't get the memo on that one. Holly Movie Star, his info was on the About Us page. It was changed. Shocking. Thank you, Holly Movie Star. I appreciate you. It's quite dehumanizing of him to say Lord Finantra. Agree. Hey, make sure you guys like the show, by the way. Spam that like button for your boy. Support your boy. And we are $100 away from fight milk.
At the end of the day, like, that might be like what's good for your niche, but it's not good for ours, because we have to have everyone to come to our show.
Except for anybody that can be seen as controversial. I do love this call. This is a fun phone call. I got to be completely honest. Like, this is a fun phone call. It's like 6 seconds separates that statement right there. 6 seconds.
It's not good for ours. At the end of the day, like, that might be like what's good for your niche. And at the end of the day, bro, I'm not going to have any guest that's controversial. That's not good for business. At the end of the day, like, that might be like what's good for your niche, but it's not good for ours, because we have to have everyone to come to our show.
It was 8 seconds. I apologize. It was 8 seconds. 8 seconds from we can't have anybody that could be perceived as controversial at all. And also, we need everybody to come. Those two statements don't make sense together in the same breath. Same sentence, actually, I think. There might have been a comma. So I'll give you that. You know. But, yeah. And again, I'm not believing the whole controversial thing, because there are guests that are controversial. But there are currently guests that are controversial on the guest list right now. But again, they lean a certain way politically, so they're allowed to be controversial. Right? God forbid I play a Trump meme video at the beginning of my stream. God forbid, right? Right? That's worse than any sexual assault allegation that could ever happen. 10 times worse. And I'm not even memeing or trolling right now. Like, sexual allegations, if you belong to the left, are still seen as better than even like liking a picture of Trump as a meme. It's crazy. Yeah. Well, I mean, the caveat to that is you can Google every single guest you have that has any kind of following, and you can take an out of context thing they say or a screenshot from a post they had 5 years ago, and you could make them controversial, just like those people complaining made me controversial by taking, small clips where I said ass the mouth or something and getting me removed from a convention, right? You can do that to anybody you want. Like, so setting the precedent is, as soon as you let this happen, which has already happened, these people that did that were like, well, if I ever have a problem with a guest ever, I can just go to their Twitter and find the first out of context thing and just get them removed from the con. Yep. I mean, I can do that right now, but would it work? I can Google all the guests right now. I would never do that. Obviously, I would never, I don't want anybody to do that, because I'm not in favor of that at all. But hypothetically, I could go Google all the guests on the guest list right now, and I could get probably half of them find the exact same kind of shit, but not conservative probably, and send it and spam it. This person did this in 2017. This person did this in 2013. This person did this in 2019. What happens now? Right? His bio on Raleigh Retro Gamers was taken down too. He's in damage control mode. Yeah, I mean, he probably just doesn't want people messaging him. So I get it, right? I mean, he's made a bunch of real bad moves. What I do when this happens to me, and I've never done anything this like completely like hypocritical, but when I get people pissed at me for a minute, I just don't look at my phone for a day. That's what I do. That's how I mitigate everything. But this is way bigger, you know. So thank you, Chris. Love you, Chris. Appreciate you, Chris. All right. Is this dude on the conservative side? I doubt it. He claims he's not on any side, but usually when you claim you're not on any side, yeah, well, I kind of do that sometimes, I guess. And it's not true for me. So that statement wouldn't make much sense. You know, I mean, I would have to believe you couldn't be conservative if you believed in cancel culture, but I could be wrong, you know. So I'm not going to pretend to know that. So I'm not going to make any statements there. No. But anyways, right?
No, I 100% agree with that, dude. But like, you literally posted something 2 days ago, fucking like talking mad shit about the cosplay community. Like, that's not the same thing, bro. Like, you're dropping the con that you're coming to, but you're bashing 30% of the people that are coming, and you justified it, and you were very you were you kind of talked through it and all that, but
yeah, I talked through it. So earlier he said he agreed with me and totally understood, and now he's flipped and said I was bashing the entire cosplay. So that's how you can tell immediately that it's an out of context clip, right? And somebody within their like tight knit group shared it, making a generalized statement like I bashed an entire community of people. I am not black and white. I have always been nuanced as long as I can remember. And I'm nuanced right now, and I've been nuanced then. There has never been a time where I said all cosplay people are insane and crazy. That has never came out of my mouth. Now, you could probably cut like 5 out of context things in a row and like make something that almost sounds like that. Obviously, they do it all the time in the mainstream media with like politicians, right? So you could totally do that. It's not what I said. So, the Drop Podcast, Conservative Gamer Con Myrtle Beach 2026. Thank you, Drop Podcast. Appreciate you. Uncancelable con. And clipped. Brutal. I figured you meant the OnlyFans girls cosplaying. No, of course not. I have no problem with that shit. See, that's the issue. I have no problem with with OnlyFans. I think that's cool, man. I'm like I said, I think a lot of conservatives have they shit on that. I don't care. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Right? At any rate.
But that's what I'm saying. Yes, the other guests that are coming, like, you're right. I could probably go and dig through their stuff and find stuff. But we promoted you as a guest, and what happened was like our community was like, oh, who's this Cody person? And they went and looked at your stuff, and then they were like, the first couple of videos that they found were like super controversial, and they were like, holy shit, what the fuck? And again, it's not just like one person, bro. We wouldn't even be having this conversation.
In our community, very good choice of words there. Because again, never saw a negative comment from anybody. And I will tell you what likely happened, of course. And this is alleged, obviously. But what likely happened is they have a small Facebook group of 10 people or 15 people or 20 people or 20. Could be as low as 5, could be as high as like 50. And they probably have a Facebook group where they talk in like Messenger or something, or some kind of app, Discord or something. And half of them got riled up in that own group. Nothing to do with actual people that are actually coming at buying a ticket, right? With the exception of a handful. That's what probably happened. And that's what I'm thinking probably happened. Now, I don't know that for sure, but that's kind of what my mind would go to. Backroom gossip chats. Exactly, Odin shot. They obviously didn't see your amazing Lady D calls. That's what I'm saying. 90% of Halloweens, I dress up as a female horror character. Like from like horror games, like Resident Evil and shit. Thank you, Helena. Retro Wolf said they finally removed me from the website and social media after I sent an official email to them today telling them I was out. Good. What's up, Dixon? How you doing? Still shows it's not show buy, but if you click on the link, it goes to the 404 page. Yeah, I'd imagine so. I actually saw your thing pop up, actually. I was like, ooh, I was excited. And then I saw it was this, and I was like, fuck. Oh, yeah. All right, let's continue, boys. Let's continue. And also, obviously, I said this at the beginning, but I'll reiterate it. I'm not in favor of you going and like trying to message any of these people. Show your displeasure with retweeting like the call or the original post or any subsequent post like Retro Wolf or Saturn Steve or Pac-Man Ace or Vuxy. Any of those people retweet and support. I would not ever tell you to go message people or go after people. Like, I've never been about that life, so you shouldn't either. Wait, you're friends with Anna. Yeah, and she's a cosplayer, and I love her ass. I have a lot of friends that are cosplayers. Like, actually, like a lot. Right? But again, generalized sweeping statements from people that think in black and white have no room for nuance. Just how it is. So they probably saw one thing that wasn't that bad, and then they got pissed. Here's what probably happened. They made up fake scenarios and got themselves pissed off. Generally, that's the case, right? Don't know that for sure, but
like I was keeping you coming. Like, it was all good. We were trying to put out the fires. And again, thank you for taking down that other video. But what you just said, you're like, oh, you can go find some dirt on anybody. It's not like go find dirt. It's like you literally just posted shit that our people are going and looking at because you were a guest.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason, man. And again, please understand, I don't give a fuck what you say, dude. You say whatever you want. I don't care. But it was negatively affecting our fucking event. And as a business, you got to understand that, bro. Like,
yeah, see, this is how you can tell he has no experience with like social media. Because he's like, as a business, you have to understand. I'm like, my entire life is a business every day. And this is not a good move. Right? Because this is going to make it to where you don't have a con again, or may not have one this time. Right? Because when you set the precedent that you can exclude people, everyone's going to demand everyone be excluded for every reason on earth. Right? That's how that works. This is like, again, not how catering to the small minority to break all your principles that you claim you have is not a business move you should make, right? But again, the archive shows they definitely deleted the About Us page. Yeah, I mean, I would have probably done the same thing. So this is the president of America? No. Yeah. All right.
Like, as a business, it's an event. Everyone comes to the event, not just one side or people that believe in one thing or not another thing. It's everybody has to come, man. We have to sell tickets to everybody, but
except for fill in the blank. Fill in the blank here. Except for who? We want everybody to come, and everybody has to come, except for you and anybody that was coming to see you. And anybody that supports you.
And that's all it is, Cody. And if we're not going to be able to talk through it, I understand it. Again, I'm not telling you to anything about like what you do. Obviously, you are doing very well for yourself, and that's why we wanted to have you on, man. Like that's really why we wanted to have you on, is because like you do have a big following. You are in NASCAR. You are all these things that we wanted for the event. And again, no fucking hard feelings on my end at all. It is not personal at all, dude. I'm literally just saying I'm gonna lose my fucking house if I don't.
Yeah, so I don't know how good of a look it is. I don't know how good of a look it is to imply that you have to do this for money, right? That's number one. So I don't think that's a really good look. Like I'm gonna lose all my money if I don't do this, right? A guilt trip, right? Which I should care about. And look, I'm not saying I want anybody to lose their house. Don't get me wrong. But you invited me. You posted the official post of me on it. You got to stand by that, or you will die. Like you're gonna die in the social perception, right? And that stands for everyone, right? If Hassan Piker, which no one likes, well, I shouldn't say no one. I mean, most people in the commentary community don't like Hassan Piker, right? For good reason, So if he was invited to a con and then they canceled him, it would be a shitstorm in the exact same way. Granted, they wouldn't. Again, why class? Because he falls into the correct political spectrum. So no Cody's allowed. John David was recently canceled by Venue myself, and it sucks. Yeah, dude. They just they're all about it. 9 months, John David. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you. So is that an admission that they did not look into your content before booking you? Nope, they did not at all. Barb Rogers had gifted 1 Camelot membership. They did not at all. And I know that opens up a lawsuit, but I'm not really talking about that yet, So I'm kind of seeing how things play out. I don't really want, I'm not super interested in that at this point. So I think the best course of action would be to like my stream right now, you bitches. But other than that, I think the best course of action would be to release a genuine public apology. Right? If you really believe in free speech, release a public apology. Right? Because again, if you didn't look into my content before you invited me, and you just made the rash decision, and then as a result of content that has existed for years, you decide to cancel me over it, we have an issue now. Right? So, John Malin's the best. I agree, Jenny. How you doing? How bad do you want that dream car? I don't know. What's up? Let me get a Ferrari F430, please. What's up? Thank you for the sub, Harry Breeks. Harry Breeks, the fuck. All right.
No, I'm joking when I say that, but at the same time, I just want you to understand that that's how serious it is. I put everything into this. I'm a local guy, dude. Local to Raleigh. This is a local convention, and our sponsor's a local game store. We don't have sponsors and people giving us money and stuff like that. So.
Right.
And that's why I just want to talk to you man to man. And I get it, bro. If I'm not, obviously I can't make you do anything. And if you want, I really hate that we got to this point. But bro, I told Chase, I was like, let me at least talk to him, man. I just want you to know where I'm coming from. And you can, obviously do whatever you want, Cody. And, I respect the fact that you do speak your mind and that you do all that. I'm just trying to make sure that we can have a good event and that we can sell tickets, buddy. I mean,
so the main objective is to sell tickets to this convention. So just so you guys know. The main thing is to sell tickets. The main thing is to not stand by your principles. The main thing is to not make sure people are treated with basic human rights. The main thing is not avoiding discrimination based on whatever political view you may perceive somebody has. It is about selling as many tickets as possible. Alexander PCs, I agree. What's up? Gonna be a bunch of dumbasses. Boogie, Keemstar, Wings, Nick Rekieta, Shane, Mange, both of their asses. Oh my God. Thank you, James. Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you, buddy. We are 80 from Fight Milk, by the way. $80 from the Fight Milk. Let's continue.
That's it, man.
Right, right. And being, you want to be all inclusive, but the issue that is the biggest issue is when you're trying to be all inclusive, you're intentionally exclusive to everybody that might believe or say a certain thing, or maybe be outspoken, or maybe just speak their mind. So it's not really all inclusive. It's just it's inclusive for the people that shut their mouth and toe the line, and that's where everybody's having an issue online, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I do look at it as a business. That's the first thing I look at it from a business standpoint, and I'm just telling you, this is. It's not a good business move. You know what I'm saying? From my perspective, it may be in the short term, knee jerk area, it might seem beneficial. But from my experience, it's just, to be labeled as the only convention canceling people in 2025 in the last decade is I wouldn't want to have that I wouldn't want to have that title is all I'm saying. And I want to reiterate that I'm not, I don't think I'm not, trying to be personal as well. I'm not pissed at you specifically. I'm not pissed at anybody really. I'm just trying to figure out why. And yeah. And I think I need to reiterate that here. I know a lot of people are clowning on this dude, but I don't have any ill will towards this guy. I just think he's making some really bad decisions. That's just it's not going to play out correctly. And I'll give you a little bit of a hint. I've been talking in DMs with some creators that you definitely know. And they're working on stories about this right now. And I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I've been in this game a long time, and I do not know what's going to happen because the size of the audiences this is about to hit. I mean, this has hit over 1 million eyeballs in the last day, minimum. Just minimum. I haven't looked at the actual numbers, but it's way over 1 million currently. By tomorrow night, it could be 100 million. So that's what I'm saying when I'm looking at it from a business perspective. Slagless Temple for sure. Yep. That's just one of many. So, and look, you can still do your convention and whatnot. It's just, to be the one convention labeled as that convention, God, that sucks, right? And that's why I've said over and over that I just feel bad because this shouldn't have happened. This should have never have happened, ever, right? I had a guy on the inside that is the coolest dude ever, and he was standing by me every step of the way, talked to him on the phone. He was the dude trying to make everything happen. And it just, when it boils down to it, he just didn't have the final say, right? And so I don't hold any ill will towards anybody involved in this, even a little bit. But what it boils down to is when you cancel somebody, you got to be ready. You got to be ready because it's a big deal. You may think I'm not a big creator. Yeah, I get it. My videos don't get 100K anymore because I started racing and I just don't put out a lot of stuff. I get it. My streams only get 500 concurrent nowadays, right? Which I think is pretty freaking awesome, to be fair. That's a lot of people in my opinion. But still, you may think that I don't have a lot of audience. But as soon as I tweet this shit out, that this convention has canceled me, it strikes a chord in everybody that has ever experienced or seen these things happen, and they will all jump on it out of principle. So you're going to see some videos pop up in the next day or so from probably a dozen creators. Several of them are going to have millions and millions and millions and millions of subs. And I don't know what's going to happen, right? So I'm kind of stressed out about it, even though I shouldn't be. I'm kind of stressed out about it. So at any rate, man, I never wanted this to happen. I got to put that out there. There was not a bone in my body that ever wanted this to happen, even a little bit. I wanted to go to this convention, party with Jeff, party with my boy, party with all these cool ass people. There was a rave. I was excited, drink a little bit, few claws, down some cheeseburgers, and have my race car there. I was going to wear my fire suit. I was going to wear a different fire suit that my buddy had for fun. We were going to have a good ass time. And it just never should have happened. Right? Because one person goofed somewhere. Right? And I know that we're like, he says over and over that it was a bunch of people, but he also makes the statement that it was within his community. And there's all kinds of people alleging one person or two people, and they've already named the person 100 times, and I'm not going to say their name. Because I don't know for sure. So, and I wouldn't probably say their name anyway if I knew for sure. But it looks like it was personal. Because if you go to my Instagram or my YouTube or my Twitter, look in the chat right now. Where is the people at that are angry that I was coming to this convention? Where are they? We have 1,000 people watching. We've had 1,000 people watching for 2 hours. Where are the people that were pissed off that I was coming? The 30% of people, which would be like 3,000 fucking people. Where are they? It's because it was like one or two people within their tight-knit community that probably works within leadership. That's the only thing it could have been, in my opinion. I don't know if that's true for sure, but I am not convinced that it was 1,000 people that were angry that were coming. Because why haven't they reached out to me? Why haven't they quote tweeted with their following to get me canceled? That's the first fucking thing you do. That's 101. Number one. That's the first thing you do. Quote tweet. I can't believe you're going to have this guy at your convention. Quote tweet. There's not been one. Where are they? I don't believe they exist. I believe it was one or two. And this is what I believe with no evidence other than what somebody told me that works within the community. I think it was one or two people that radicalized the rest of them, the other 5 or whatever, to kick me out of the convention. And it was probably a movement pushed by one person because they saw my Trump intro and was like, nope, Trump's evil. I hate Trump. He's an evil Nazi guy. And that was all it took. Right? So that's my opinion. I don't know if that's true though. So Jenny with a $20 super chat. Oh my God. Thank you, baby. I love you. Hold on. Thank you, Jenny. Baby back ribs with some of that baby gravy sauce. Thank you, baby. How you doing? Appreciate you. Make sure you guys like the stream. After this, I'm going to read a Saturn Steve's statement that he sent to the convention right before he pulled his guest involvement. So that's going to be fun to read. Thank you, Jenny. I love you. Appreciate you. NASCAR Kelly says, well done, Cody. You're patient and let this guy talk himself into pretzel of lies. P.S. I found you on Twitter because of Tim Pool and NASCAR. Well, I appreciate you, NASCAR Kelly. And I hope you continue to support me and continue to super chat Tim and tell him that you love the NASCAR deal and you want more of it so we can keep doing it. Saturn Steve. I don't know if it's true, but it's definitely true. That's funny. All right. Thank you, NASCAR Steve. Johnny David says, my young son is concerned my post will one day affect his racing career aspirations. What example should a father set? Freedom of speech, caution, freedom of speech. You got to stand by your principles. And to be fair, I don't think it'll affect anything. Thank you, Johnny David. Trust me, it would have, if it was going to affect anybody, it would have affected me by now. And although people do send a lot of emails, everybody stands beside me and everybody stands with me that I've ever had in racing. Everybody. So, Cigar Fox, another month down, another month to go. All right. Let's finish this call off, boys. And you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just, it's a lot of a weird, like ironic stuff. And, I don't really know how to fix it other than like what I mentioned before, which I know is not even on the table. Cause again, like once you start listening to like one cosplayer or something, there's nothing I can do. Right. So,
yeah. No.
Yeah. I like that part. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Well,
dude, I mean, you're 100% right. Like, right. You can't, at the end of the day, like you can't be all inclusive to everybody and promote it that way because you're going to get 50% of the people that are happy about it and 50% of the people that are fucking pissed off about it.
And yeah, so like This dude obviously knows. You know, he knows. He's like, yeah, well, you are right. You're going to piss off half and piss off the other half. He knows, right? So I don't know if it's a business sense thing, right?
So, I get it, bro. And so with that, I mean, look, man. With that being said, like, yeah, you can, you're gonna have that opinion, and I mean, I don't get you. I don't expect you to like get our or my
our. Keep in mind, he said our, and also like 15 seconds ago, he said he agrees with me, but now he's saying you have that opinion. So it's all kind of strange. To be fair,
respective of that, which you do, but you do make a good point. Like, obviously, you can't be all inclusive if we're not accepting the opinions of this group, but we're accepting the opinions of this group.
Right. And I don't mean to cut you off, but like, you can be all inclusive. And the way you be all inclusive is if you invite guests, they show up and then they leave. Right. But when you start being like, oh, this person doesn't like you and this person doesn't like you and this person, that means we have to cancel this person. And now you're suddenly not inclusive. The people that choose to not come because I may be there and I'm evil, they are choosing themselves to not participate. So it's not inclusive, right? It's the complete opposite of inclusive when you start removing people from your con. Right. So let me explain that a little bit. All inclusive, shizzy wizzy nut raid. What's up, dude? So all inclusive means that you allow everybody to come who wants to come. And if you don't want to come because you don't like a guest, you are allowed to not participate. But you're not refused to participate. You're allowed to participate. That's all inclusive. Anybody who would like to come can come, and that's it. Right? That's all inclusive. But if you start denying people, you're suddenly not all inclusive. Right? Does that make sense? So that was my point there. John says, hey, man, I forgot about you doing NASCAR. I know nothing about it, but I'm watching because of Cletus. What do you think about Cletus racing? Dude, I'm all for it. As long as NASCAR gets viewership, I'm cool with it, man. Thank you, Jonathan. Right.
Yeah. So. Bro, you make a good point. I mean, I can't argue that, honestly.
Yeah.
You're right. You can't say you're all inclusive if you take one opinion over the other. I get that.
Yeah. Gotcha. It's like that. It's like the Jordan Peterson thing. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, it's the truth, right? So, shizzy wizzy. We love our shizzy wizzies here.
You're totally right. And again, I'm not here to debate like that at all.
No, so, I agree.
Well, listen, I'm not going to take any more of your time, man. I just wanted to call and kind of give you where I was coming from, as just why we did what we did, but I get it. Fuck, man, I don't know. I wish
my poor guy's spiraling, man. My man's spiraling, dude. It sucks. Yeah, you could tell. I mean, like, look, dude. All dumb shit aside, you can tell he's fucking stressed out, and he's going through it, and he's got a lot of people in his ear, and he's just making the wrong choices, man. I get it. Like, I get it. So, shizzy wizzy nut, my boy. What's up, dude? Thank you for the raid, dude. I love you. I love you. I appreciate you. Killer Kovacs. What about the inclusivity, bro? Make sure you guys like the stream. We're almost to 700. Get on it. Diggity dog on it. Appreciate you guys. Give it some love. Give it some love. So, but yeah. Anyways, let's continue. But yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, you have to say it aggressively Canadian. Gotcha. That's the ticket. I'm an old white guy. That's the ticket, y'all. All right. I hate this happening to you. Thank you, Shizzy. I appreciate that, buddy. I really appreciate that, man. The whole thing's a shame. I met Jeff last year at Sieg, and he was a really nice guy. And I'm sure he is nice, and he seemed to really care about gaming community. But he fucked up bad here. Yeah. Well, let's give Jeff some. Let's give Jeff the benefit of the doubt here, because I think that's important. What could be happening here is Jeff is trying to do the right thing by everybody, right? That's probably what he's trying to do, but you can't do that. You can't do right by everybody, right? And if, like what we allege is probably happening, where it's a couple people within his own tight knit group, I'm not going to beat that. I'm not going to rank higher than that, right? Now, business sense wise, definitely not a good choice. But if you have a person that you might care about and a person you've worked with in the past, and they're demanding something, demanding it, you're trying to do right by these people, but you don't have the experience to understand the repercussions from doing that, right? Sometimes you have to not be nice. The reason I am where I am in life is because there are situations where I can't afford to just be nice. There are situations where I have to do what Helena said and do the dad conversation. I've had it before where I called somebody and I'm like, look, dude, you're fucking up and you need to fucking stop fucking up because I had this issue. This is on you. You need to fix it. You need to do right by it. If you're not going to do right by it, there's going to be repercussions. This is going to be a learning experience. So you need to choose the right thing to do. And I said that on this call before I started recording it. I started recording the call 5 minutes into the actual call because Jeff asked me, he was like, hey man, like, what do I need to do? And I told him immediately because I said it later in the call. Like I said before, I was like, yeah, like I said before, I said, what you need to do, and I'm giving you like true, honest to God advice. I'm going to be completely transparent with you. I could give two shits about going to this convention. This isn't negatively going to affect me. I'm going to give you real advice right now. Because like, I don't really care at this point. If I'm going, if I'm not going, I don't really care. I like to have a cheeseburger. My feelings are not hurt. I got a race in 2 weeks, fucking pumped. I got a lot of people in my life who care about me and support me. Dude, I'm happy and pumped every single day. This does not affect me. But I'm going to give you real advice. Okay. And this is what I said. I said, you need to wait 2 to 3 days. Let this blow over a little. Okay. Because if he agreed to do, and I got to put this out there, if he agreed to do what I'm saying right here, I would have never recorded this call. I would have never released this call. I would have never sent it to all these people. I would have never talked in DMs about it. I would have, because there's so many people talking about this right now in DMs right now that are working on content for it. I would have never done any of that. I would have rescinded everything and been like, you're good to go. Now, again, it wouldn't have fixed everything, but that would have been the best course of action. So I was like, let me give you like real advice from experience. You need to wait 2 to 3 days, let it blow over. You need to make a statement and post this statement on all social medias that you believe in free speech. You actually do believe in inclusivity. Okay. This slipped through the cracks. I did not mean for this to happen. I'm going to do better next time. And Cody is re-invited, like full board to this convention. All of his fans are invited. And anybody who has a problem with that, just skip this one this time. And nothing would have happened today. Maybe you had 2 people in your community or 5 people or 8 cosplayers that say they're not going to come. They're going to come. But even if they don't, you don't have this happening, right? You already lost 4 guests today, and more are going to come. Because when the stuff comes out on these channels the next day, a lot of these guests are going to dip the fuck out. Because I would. If I was going to a con as a celebrity guest, and I saw this video come out and it got 2 million views of this guy getting canceled from the con I'm going to, my happy ass would be gone. Because I can tell you one thing, they have another con scheduled the next weekend. They could give 2 shits. They don't care. They have 40 cons scheduled a year. That's their job. They're not going to care if they're like, oh, fuck this one. Right? So that's what I would have done. But that's not what was chosen. And I think it's because he was legit. I think he was probably legitimately trying to do right by 1 or 2 people that had a problem. That wasn't the way to go. right? That wasn't the way to go. Speaking of not the way to go, Hayden. It sucks that this is happening. Nobody should be excluded for jokes or having fun. If I was going, I'd pull it out too. I'm here in full support of anti-censorship and anti-cancellation. We can't have fun online anymore because of these damn people. Thank you, Hayden. Wayne, with a juicy pink boy. Thank you, buddy. I love you, dude. I appreciate you. Thank you, buddy. Shelly Huckabee says, what's a con? It's like a convention. So it's like an expo where you go and people will sell merch and video games and comic books, and they'll dress up, and it's like a big ass party, like a flea market. It's almost like a giant ass like flea market. Does that make sense? That's the best way I can describe it. It's like a big old flea market of like whatever the con subject matter is. And everybody dresses up and has a good time. And then there's celebrities there that will do signings. There's bands. It's kind of like a big festival, right? Thank you, Hayden. I love you, Hayden. I appreciate you, Hayden. That is Fight Milk, by the way. Now, if I have Fight Milk, that's another question because I don't buy it anymore because we never hit it. But we can always do it Wednesday or tomorrow. I might stream tomorrow too. I don't know. It depends on what happens. Be not. Maybe not. Maybe not with 10 gifted memberships. Oh my God. Thank you, maybe not. That's a big one, too. 10 gifted memberships. Hot diggity damn, boys. We're almost to 700 likes, too. We're setting some records today, boys. Thank you, Shizzy, for the raid. All right, let's finish this call out, and then we're going to read the statement from Saturday. Hey, I don't know if you're still in here, Retro Wolf, but can you send that to my Twitter? Is that possible? Because I don't have an Instagram on my desktop. So if you could do that, that'd be cool.
We didn't get to this point, but
no, dude, I completely agree. I think it would have been fine if we just did the convention and had a good time. But I know,
no, dude, like it was gonna be cool. It was really gonna be cool. Like we had the racing section. Like I thought it was gonna be really cool to have a NASCAR driver there, and I get it. But anyway, with that being said, man, I don't want to take any more of your time, brother, and. I wish we could have found a way to not get to this point, but I get it. And I get what you're saying. I completely understand your and respect your side. So
I have to stand on my principles, or else I don't have shit, right? So
yeah,
So I'm kind of on the opposite end of it. I've experienced it, and I tell them to eat my ass because I just don't care. Because I've been in the position where I almost lost my house last year over something similar, and I was like, I will either survive or die, but I'm not going to change what I do to appease any one group of people, because in the end, I'm going to piss off everybody. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Well, that is true. At the end of the day, bro. I mean, on a personal level, I get it. You're never gonna please everybody. Everyone's always gonna come at you. I know that firsthand. So I can respect that, and like I said, I can respect you for having that fortitude, and yeah. So shit, man. Well, thanks for talking to me and hearing me out. I wish that.
That's the end of the call. Basically, he just says, I don't want to take up too much of your time again. But Michael OPTV says at least he called to apologize. Well, he didn't apologize, but yeah, he basically said he had to do the thing he had to do. I might be wrong. He might have said I'm sorry. I don't really know. I didn't really hear it, but maybe you're right. But at any rate, let's read this statement from one of the guests that canceled because of this controversy, and they canceled on my behalf. Because they're like, I don't support cancel culture. So we're going to cover that. Let's see, and also Bucksy, old Bucks Fucks, announced that he was also rescinding his invite to go to the con. So that makes like 4 or 5 people now, which is it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. There's people out there that support you like that. And I've only met one of them. I've met my boy Wolf. So Retro Wolf, he's the GOAT. So where is that? Where's Bucksy at? I saw it. Bucks. Yep, there it is. This guy's stupid as fuck. I don't know who this is, to be honest, though. This guy's like, why would you leak a call like this? Bro did him a favor. Obviously, he's trolling, you know. All right, sorry, guys. I'm just reading a random thing I saw. Okay, I'm going to, can I do that? Can I hit next? No. All right. Beep, 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 beep. Oops. All right, let's just do this. This will be better, actually. Maybe not. I don't know if I want to do that. Oh, I can do this. Even better. Boop. Beautiful. I didn't want to show my DMs, guys. That's what I was trying to avoid there. Okay. All right. That's what I need. All right. I want to read this statement. De zebra, bro. What happened for them to cancel you? So what he says in the call is it was because I talked about the mental health crisis that is on the rise in, you know, a lot of young people, and it seems to kind of manifest in small niche groups, which can lead to like radicalism on an easier scale as a need to fit in and defend your hobbies. And I said over and over that these groups of people aren't bad people. It's just you're going to find this a little bit more prevalent in these groups, which is why everybody that's getting canceled, it's always somebody in one of these groups that's behind it. And he claims that I was bashing the entire community. And I'm like, what the fuck? I never said that, but okay. That's the excuse he gave. But from what I heard from other people, allegedly within the actual community, that actual community, allegedly they said that it was like one person, as soon as I was announced, they went and looked at my channel and was like, absolutely not. They said that, and he said that on the call too. So it's kind of both things. He said, you know, when we announced you, you know, our people went and looked at your videos and they were shocked when they saw how controversial it was. And I was like, controversial meaning leaning slightly right? Is that what you mean? Because there's guests on the guest list right now that are hyper left and controversial, but they're allowed to be there, right? So it's a tangled web of craziness, man. TV, whip out a nigga snigger, you a Jezebel, Bama Boa. What? Did you change your name? You son of a bitch. Yeah, I remember this shit. I remember the goat and everything. All right. Let me find this. So here's the statement from Saturn. And we're going to read through this. It's going to be a little slow. God, I wish I could zoom in on this. Maybe I can. Hold on. I totally can. How beautiful. All right. So we're going to read this for you guys. So this is from a guy named Saturn Steve. I tweeted out his Instagram on Twitter when he announced that he was leaving the convention in solidarity with me, which is really cool. He sent this email to the same guy that just called me. Okay, so we have that context. The guy I just talked to on the phone, this Saturn Steve guy, messaged this directly to that guy, from my understanding. So let's cover it. So here it is. It says, hey, dude, wanted to let you know officially that I won't be attending the expo. I appreciate the invitation and hope we can work it out in the future. I've got messages from the community members looking forward to my appearance, and I had to let them know I won't be attending. So to avoid further confusion, please have me removed from the socials as I'm not able to attend. I will also address the disappointing announcement of Cody's cancellation, and I'm going to be as clear as possible that I will not support any event by anyone who discriminates against the guests for their personal beliefs for any reason or allows themselves to be bullied by social pressure to do so. If the convention has hired anyone for a job who is incapable of being professional enough to coexist with other guests, attendees, or vendors or professionals who have differing, let me pull up the next one, because I got to pull up the next one because it's a long ass message. Oh God, it's auto zoomed. Oh my God. Awesome. It's auto zoomed. If the convention has hired anyone for a job who is incapable of being professional enough to coexist with other guests, attendees, vendors, or professionals who have differing perspectives and worldviews, and is willing to bully organizers to eliminate other guests based on their personal inability to be professional, then brother, that person is the problem. If you cannot be professional enough to be around people you don't like or disagree with, you are not a professional. Essentially, I am hiring you to do a job, not to be BFFs with everyone. Your personal beliefs are as irrelevant to me as everyone else's. The show management cannot simultaneously say we are an inclusive space while excluding people on the basis of their political beliefs, social beliefs, or thinking wrong. Then the message becomes, we include everyone but you. Forbidding diversity of thought in this manner is exclusionary, discriminatory, and unacceptable. It is the exact opposite of inclusionary. And we're still going. There's more. But wait, there's more. I love how it auto zooms. God, it's so beautiful. Additionally, management cannot say we support your XYZ while simultaneously literally removing their support. Again, it's literally the opposite of the thing. So saying these things while practicing the opposite is both hypocritical and discriminatory. So I would caution Raleigh, sorry guys. I would caution Raleigh in this. You or I may not agree with Cody's content, but statistically 50% of your attendees, vendors, and guests will. Canceling Cody sends a public message that those 50% are not included and are not welcome. This is not the PR move you think it is. And Saturn Steve knows. You can tell Saturn Steve's been in this game for a while. I would also add that the organizers knew who he was when they invited him. And by the way, right or wrong, he's a really good dude. This Saturn Steve guy's quickly going to the top of my favorite guys list. Favorite guy list. So here's the statement. Raleigh Retro Gamers strives to create an environment where retro gaming enthusiasts of all walks of life and backgrounds can celebrate their passion for gaming. As truly an inclusive event, we respect our guests' right to have their own personal beliefs, viewpoints, and creative outlets that do not represent the opinions or views of the event. This event is for everyone who is capable of respectively celebrating gaming culture with other enthusiasts with whom they might otherwise disagree. Full stop. This is the statement that Saturn Steve is saying they should make. This is not their statement. This is Saturn Steve's advised statement. Additionally, expectation of contracted workers needs to be set clearly. All employees of the convention and contracted partners need to be fully capable of exercising their assigned duties with all professionalism, ensuring a welcoming environment for all attendees, special guests, and vendors, regardless of your or their personal beliefs. Simply, you're hired to be professional. If you're incapable of this, this is not the place for you, and your duties will be reassigned. And I got to point this out there. If I went to a con or was invited to a con and I found out there's a girl there that lets her dog piss on her for like content, I'm going to be like, that's gross. I would not do that. But I wouldn't say I'm not coming, and I demand she be removed. And I also would be completely nice to her if she showed up for an autograph at my table. I'd be like, hey, what's up? Oh, it's the piss dog girl. Hey, girl, what's up? Piss dog. That's wild. That's what I would do. I don't care. Like, I wouldn't get pissed on by a dog, but, you know, hey, man, dude, have at it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference, right? But at any rate, there's one more. There's one more. Yeah. That's my 2 cents. Take it first, what it's worth. You're the man, and I appreciate you hearing me on this because exclusionary practices are antithetical and incompatible with community building, and the community is watching. Love you, bud, and I mean it. Good. Fantastic, beautiful statement. It should be like in a damn book forward, right? Beautiful. Go follow Saturn Steve on all the social medias. I'm sure you guys, oh yeah, you guys have it in there. Mick Stellar posted his channel right there. So give him some love, dude. Saturn, you're done. Duke, if you end up coming to Sieg in Greenville, let me know. Fun fact is, it's been proven through research that people on the left have significantly more mental health problems than conservatives. Thank you, Duke. I appreciate you, man. I've seen a stat like that somewhere. Thank you. I love you. Thank you, Duke. You're the man. You are the man. You are the GOAT, Jace. All right. Next. So let's go through. We're going to go through a little bit of the Twitter debacle because that's kind of what's happening right now. So you guys can kind of see like what's going on because there's a lot. There's a lot of people, man. It's very interesting to watch. Very overwhelming, the amount of support. I did not actually think that this many people would. I had a feeling Retro Wolf was going to be like my boy, but I didn't expect anybody else to follow suit. So it's been really cool to see people sticking with, principles. That's pretty awesome. So let's make music. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, if I was going to a convention and Retro Wolf got removed from it, I'm just being hypothetical. Let's say I was going to a convention and somebody was like, Retro Wolf said like MAGA's based, and they're removing him from this convention because he said MAGA based. I would immediately contact the person that invited me and be like, hey, not going to be coming to your convention. Retro Wolf's a good dude. Like, there's nothing wrong with what he said. He can say whatever the hell he wants. So I'm not going to be attending your convention because it doesn't really mean anything to me. Like, I'm gonna have fun and hustle. I'm gonna have a good time. Wherever I go, whatever I end up doing, I'm gonna have a good time. This ain't the end of the world for my ass. So, with that being said, the Twitter debacle has been absolutely wild. Let's pull this sheet up. Let's pull this shit up. Hey, we're 300 likes from 1K. It has been a long time since I hit 1K likes on a stream. Give it some love, boys. Give it some love. People saying if I end up going to Sieg, I might actually. I know the owner of Sieg was in my chat earlier, so I'm totally down, dude. I don't know what the date is, but I should be down. Hopefully, it's not during a race. That would suck. Let me look just in case, dude. I'm old. My knee hurts. July 18th. Oh, God, that sounds like a familiar date. I'm starting to get sad. NASCAR truck schedule. Please don't be a date I'm racing. Come on. Don't do this to me. Pokey Poke. That's June 20th. June 20th. Lucas Oil. Ah, nice. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm free. Just in case, I'm free. I was kind of worried for a second because, shit happens. All right. Let's pull up the Twitter and go through that for a little bit. Again, I must reiterate, do not go and harass anybody that you think may be at fault here. Again, just choose to support by supporting me, retweeting, supporting Retro Wolf, all these people that have jumped on the bandwagon to help your boy out and support the cause. So Vox has announced he'll no longer be attending the Game and Geek EXPO in North Carolina as a result of my canceling. He said right here, I was really looking forward. This is Vuxy, by the way. 200,000 followers on Twitter. I'm pretty sure he has well over 1 million on YouTube. He says, I was really looking forward to announcing a meetup in Raleigh at this convention, but after they banned a fellow creator for exercising free speech, I can't support it. I won't be a part of something that promotes cancel culture and turns a gaming event into a political stage. The censorship needs to stop. Based, Buxy, based. The dude's the GOAT. We have Grums. Grums has been sharing the living dicks out of it. He says a convention canceling people they invited in 2025 is an instant implosion. Everybody's done with it. Stutter and Craig, Yeet has been talking about it, which I actually follow Yeet. Yeet shares a lot of fun things. Here's Sabby's rundown. So this is going to be really fun. Sabby has a really good scorched earth post about it. Royal Wee says, look up Selling with Phoenix. He's chasing he's somebody chasing the dream like you. Send me a DM, my man. Thank you, Royal Wee. I appreciate you, baby, for your love, dude. All right. So this says, this call recording with the president of the Game and Geek Expo, during the first 6 to 8 minutes, he tries to humble himself and appear meek. He periodically tries to appeal to Camelot and manipulate his empathy. I could lose my house, in quotes, are words spoken by people who should not be in charge of anything. You, Mr. President of this group, chose that. No one else did, and no one owes you understanding for that. It is acknowledged at 2 points very clearly that compensation is owed. Cody was invited to the con, and only so because the event, and only so close to the event is he deemed problematic. Yeah, I saw that archiver. It was pretty funny. 539, a timestamp. The reason given was cosplay-related opinions, but the president appears to actually agree with Cody that he asserted cosplayers may have higher rates of mental illness. There are high rates of depression in terminally online groups of them. This does not mean you hate them, though. He acknowledges that they will take sides. Send a DM where? Twitter, Instagram, doesn't matter. Let's say, hypothetically, Cody didn't like cosplay at all. No one is forced to interact with him. Plenty of people like retro games can find cosplay odd. I personally love it. Cody interacts with me, and I am a weirdo, and he's only ever been nice to me. 2030 timestamp, he says, you are all the things we wanted for the event. Big following, NASCAR driver. This man claims he is being forced to remove Cody instead of just letting different social groups meet under the love of retro games, despite acknowledging everyone is there to just celebrate the retro gaming. So now, if you have a small group of people who dislike someone else at an event, you must listen to those apparently and remove them. No one asked to remove a cosplayer for their radical takes or any other guests, and I went to the people's personal profiles to see things exist, and they do. Mind you, I have zero issue with them and don't find it relevant to bring up these things. But Cody is a problem for a comment on cosplay? Absolutely not. We aren't doing this. This guy does not clearly care about anything but money because he has made poor financial decisions and how often he brings up his financial motives. This is not a leader worth ever giving time, and you can tell by how he grovels, just hoping to pay Cody back and just let it go under the rug. Newsflash, honey cakes. Money doesn't mean much anymore when you waft it in the wind like a fart. People should be warned that people like this president will never stand behind anything but perceived value. He is free to run his business how he chooses, and bad business will be scrutinized and memed upon. Can't say it better myself. That's for damn sure. Savvy with the damn scorched earth take right there. Thank you, Royal We. Yeah, Twitter, Instagram works, my man. Matthew says, don't worry about this drug ass. Your time is better spent elsewhere. Also, been having a bad week. The girl who's talking to me on red and my hamstring sprain. Oh, she's talking to me and she left you on red and your hamstring sprain, so I understand pain. Dude, I've been there. We've all been there, baby. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that. Apparently, Kirsch made a post about it. Kirsch does not like me, but we will look at it. I don't have a problem with Kirsch, but I understand the VTubing thing. So I've never really had a problem with her, but I don't know how to find her though. Where are you at, Kirsch? Where are you? How do I find her? She may have blocked me, actually. I don't know for sure. Somebody send me a screenshot. I don't see her profile. I may be blocked. Wait, you can still see it when you're blocked, though, yeah? That ain't the right one. I don't see it. I might have spelled it wrong, too. There's a lot of Kirschkas. Kirschkas. There's so many Kirschkas. Kirsha. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. Kirsha. I like Kirsch. I think that sounds cool. Yeah, I don't see your... Somebody just send me a screenshot of the post if you don't mind. Check on Yeet quote retweet. Okay, let's check it out. The Yeet quote retweet. Where are you at, Yeet? I have Yeet on here somewhere. Slag lust. You trying to get me canceled, bro? I can only take so many cancellations. All right. View post. View quotes. Kirsch. No quotes. Are you fucking kidding? It says there's no quotes. Maybe it's a different Yeet. Somebody send me a screenshot. Stop fucking with me. Y'all are just fucking with me and I'm tired of it. Okay, here it is. Well, that's Stutter and Craig. That ain't Kirsha. You sent me Stutter and Craig's, Billy. Kirsha. Cody leaves me on red all the time. That's a lie. It's a filthy lie. 250 likes from that big fat goal, boys. I hate being dry, boys. I don't see it, dude. Oh, Kirsch. Oh, she just reposted it. Is that what you said? I thought there was a quote, dude. I'm sorry. You doofus. All right, I'm sorry. Fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, here it is. Why could I not find this? This is so weird. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm a doofus. Okay. Okay, we have it now. We have it. It has been success. All right, so Kirsha says, people who know the history, I know I don't like Cam, but what is happening to him is incredibly unfair. Cowardly people like the Game and Geek EXPO president are what allow cancel culture vultures to continue harming people they simply don't like. Cam never should have been removed. Based. I'm going to retweet the fuck out of it. Based. Respect. Kirsha's cool. I think she's cool, man. Cool. All right. Pac-Man Case is the store manager video game cover in my town. What? Well, that's fucking cool. Now I miss that life sometimes. Kind of wish you know what I wish? I wish I had like $100 million, obviously. And I wish I could just start a game store and just have a good time. And just go in there every day and just fucking relax. You know, and just sell games and talk games. That'd be fun. But you know how it is. Retro Wolf, love you, dude. Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for supporting and thanks for being here so long, for hanging out with you, boy, and supporting the cause. We're 3 hours live. You guys are goats. 250 likes away. Don't miss it. There will be a video tomorrow at like 9 a.m. Of this cut down to like probably like 45 minutes. If you guys want to watch that, make sure you do. Make sure you share it for your boys. So I would appreciate that if you came and looked at it and shed it. So oh, cool. Kirsha also said, this is also on here. Kirsha said, recording people in positions of power who are lying about you or to the public is not only immorally good, but required in order to make change. Based. Yep. All right. Deep. I'll go to ChodyCon. Hell yeah. We'll have a kissing booth, but you have to kiss my pee-pee. I'll definitely not get canceled for that. That's a joke, everyone. Please don't cancel me for the third time in 2 days. All right. But I'm not about to support punishing people for prison. I agree, Pac-Man case, 100%. The thing that I regret, the thing I regret the most, or am sad about the most, is I just wanted to hang out with, Retro Wolf and a few boys and just chill. That's like what I wanted to do. Hang out with my buddy that invited me, hang out with, Retro and all you guys. I'd have probably met all you guys and we would have drank and fucking ate and it was awesome. That's what I like. The other stuff's whatever. So, but yeah, what I do. Shut up, Ginger. All right, here we go. Check Thex. Thex? You. How could you? Thex. I'll give you a Thex. Check Thex. The X. You mean to say the X? Check the X. The X. I'm about to piss my pants. I gotta do Naked Snake, guys, before I freaking die. Before I die. Thank you, Royal Wee. Thex. Check that Thex. ChodyCon. I agree, Ginger. Yeah, Stargazer. That's kind of how it went down. The conventions used to be fun. You could hang out, find people who didn't like you, talk to them, and at the end of the day, they're like, I've been to a few in the last couple of years, and it was pretty fun. So, Vera said she's going to put them on blast. Yeah, I sent it to Vera, too. Vera's the GOAT. Thanks. All right. There will be more gatherings. Give me that long whiskey. Oh, yeah, you're fucking with me. Royal Wee, calm down, bro. You're being horny on Maine. We don't do that here. Come on now. All right. Well, we got to do that. Okay. We're going to do Naked Snake, boys. We hit Fight Milk. I don't have the Fight Milk shit because I haven't bought eggs in a long time. But we'll be Fight Milk on Wednesday and or tomorrow because depending on what happens tomorrow, I'll probably stream. Because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. It could be crazy. So I might stream tomorrow and we'll do it then. If not, and if we hit another Fight Milk, we'll just do double Fight Milk. So all good. But we're going to do Naked Snake right now. So get the hell on it, doggone it. And then we are going to raid Smash JT. So get on it, diggity doggone it. And let's go. You guys ready? Are you guys ready? Here we go. Bro, I'm going to eat some ramen after this. I'm so excited. I'm freaking starving, dude. Okay. Here we go. We have 1,000 people watching. Please, for the before I do this. Oh my God, I almost forgot, dude. Before I do this, please. And I'm pleading with you. I'm pleading with you, boys. Go pick up my new merch, please. This merch was made exclusively for the Game and Geek Expo, but they canceled me. So I had to basically trash all the merch I already had printed with their logo on it and relaunch it with just the normal design. So this design will now be available for everyone. It is awesome looking. I think it's beautiful. Easily my best merch ever. It was professionally designed by a guy that does this for a living. So please go pick it up. It helps me so much because I spent almost $1,000 on this merch, and now I can't do anything with it. So please go get it. There's different options. There's pullovers, there's hoodies, there's shirts, there's tank tops for Rekieta. So go give it some love for your boy. It would really mean a lot to me to do that. And plus, if you come see me at a con, I can sign it for you. You can take pictures. It'd be awesome. So go give it some love, please. Really helps me out a bunch. You already ordered 2 tank tops. Based. Rekieta. All right, let's do Nigga Snake. All right. And make sure you follow me on X for all the updates about this whole shit. No 5XT. What the hell? What is wrong with you guys with the 5XT? How did you do this to yourself? No, I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. It's time for Nigga Snake, and then we're going to raid Smash JT, so get the hell on it, diggity doggone it. It's time, boys. I'll add it for you, Bad Fish, after the show. I will add a coffee mug after the show, Bad Fish. Check 5 minutes after the show. Alan Jones.
What a thrill with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill.
Donna.
I'm searching now, melting.
Elena.
What a fear in my heart.
Here we go, boys.
You're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you.
Snake eater. In my time, there be nobody else. Maybe not. Crying, it's the way I fly to you. Ashley, I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Here we go, boys. You guys ready? Lisa!
Someday you'll go through the rain. Someday you feel on a tree frog. It's a good
Shadow Cat
to survive. For the day we see your light.
Oh my God. I give my life. Not for honor, but for you. In my time. Tamara, I met you in real life. There be nobody else. Crying. It's the way I fly to you. Oh. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. 458 streams in a row, boys. Hell yeah. Lisa! Thank you guys so much for all your damn love and support over these trying times. Shout out again to Vuxy. Shout out again to a Retro Wolf. Shout out again to Saturn Steve, Pac-Man Case, all the people that have joined the party to support your boy. Shout out to the Southeast Game Exchange, Austin. And of course, shout out to these beautiful people over here. Billy Hatcher, hot diggity damn, Marion Haltzman. Oh my gosh. Freaking Billy, John Malin, my boy Michael Nyer, Iron Oxide, my boy Crypt, Keeper Donna, Alexis Sanabria, Chris Olin, Eric, my boy. Thank you so much. We got an Ashley over here too. Of course. She's the best, bro. I appreciate you guys so much for all your love and support. Don't forget Hayden Wayne. I really appreciate you guys. This has been the most watched show I've had in a while. The most support I've had in a while. We hit the fight milk, which we'll be getting on it, diggity dog on it the next day or so. All I can do is say, please consider getting a piece of my new merch. God, my mic. Getting a piece of my new merch that I got made for the expo that just canceled me. So I don't have the expo version anymore. I'm pretty much they're in boxes right now, but I'm not gonna be able to sell them. So I just have to burn the money. So go get my new shirt or mug or anything you want, and help your boy out so I can try to break even on that shit. And I'll sign it if you come to a convention, because rumor has it I may be going to one pretty soon, a different one. So get the hell on it, dog on it. Follow me on Twitter, retweet everything in support. You may think it doesn't help, it does. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me everywhere you can. Give your boy some love, and I'll see you guys over on Smash JT's stream. Let me make sure he's still live before I say that, because I don't want. Sometimes I raid people that are not live, and it's kind of embarrassing. Smash better still be live. Yeah. He's live. All right, we're gonna raid Smash. Say Cam raid in the chat. You fucker. Say Cam raid in the chat. I love you guys. Get the hell on it, Doug on it. And hell yeah. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Yes, I will, Gamer Yaki. There will be a video from this stream tomorrow with all the highlights. Do not miss it. Please share it. Watch it all the way through, like it, and comment on it. Very important to get the story out there. Hell yeah. Let's go. I'll see you guys over there right now. You don't have to do anything. It'll auto transport you there. Cam raid in the chat. Hell